Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Hokage, Nine-Faced Beast, Kill Through the Ninja World. Chapter 21. After a week of hard training, Leang, Minato and Yoshimaru all received orders. From now on, rush to each major battlefield. Minato was assigned to the Rock Shinobi battlefield, Yoshimaru was assigned to the Cloud Shinobi battlefield, and Leang was assigned to the Sand Shinobi battlefield. A few days ago, 3rd Hokage sent people to Konaha, saying that Konaha killed their Cloud Shinobi people, reprimanded Konaha for breaking the truce agreement, and demanded that Konaha pay high compensation to Cloud Shinobi. Sarutobi Hiruzen took Uchiha Ryuya with him and used Sharingan to make the imprisoned Cloud Shinobi confess the truth. Sarutobi Hiruzen used this to counterattack and asked Cloud Shinobi to compensate Konaha. The 3rd Hokage was unwilling to pay compensation, so they went to war with Konaha again. Early in the morning, Leang came to the team heading to the Sand Shinobi battlefield. The team at the Sand Shinobi battlefield has gathered hundreds of people, most of whom Leang did not recognize, and only a few people were recognized by Leang as students from the ninja school. However, Leang discovered that the person leading the Sand Shinobi battlefield team was actually Hokage Sakumo. Hokage Sakumo also saw Leang and nodded towards him. In the other two teams, Leang saw Minato, Yoshimaru and Nawaki, as well as Sarutobi Shinosuke, Uchiha Fugaku and others. After the team was assembled, Sarutobi Hiruzen came here. The ninjas of Konaha, those from Tsunade, Cloud Shinobi Village, and Iwagakure want to invade our land of Fire Country. We in Konaha need to face the ninjas of 4 ninja villages at the same time, and we need you on the front line. For Konaha, for your family and friends, fight bravely. Sarutobi Hiruzen's words aroused everyone's emotions. They wanted to rush to the battlefield and kill all the enemies now, and restore peace to Konaha. This is the result Sarutobi Hiruzen wants. Now, let's set off. With a wave of Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand, the vast team left Konaha village and rushed to various battlefields. Teacher Sakumo. Leang came to Hokage Sakumo and greeted him. Well, Leang, how are you doing with your sword skills? During this period, I have spent almost all my time practicing, and I have become proficient in Uchiha-style swordsmanship. Yes, swordsmanship is your weapon for fighting protracted battles on the battlefield. You must pay attention to controlling the consumption of chakra during combat. Hokage Sakumo reminded. Many newcomers who have just entered the battlefield do not pay attention to controlling the consumption of chakra, and just want to quickly kill the enemy with ninjutsu. So the result was that the chakra was exhausted and then killed by the enemy. All pay attention, Sakumo-sensei. By the way, after we arrive at the Sand Shinobi battlefield, I will replace Tsunade as the supreme commander, but I won't take care of you, so you have to be mentally prepared. If it were Tsunade, Leang would most likely be placed in the safest position. But Hokage Sakumo will not favor Leang because he is his student. This is Hokage Sakumo's principle. Even if his son Kakashi is under his command in the future, he will treat him equally. I understand Sakumo-sensei, just move me to the front line. Even if Hokage Sakumo or Tsunade wanted to favor Leang, he himself would not agree. What is his purpose in going to the battlefield? Isn't it just for experience, to improve one's strength, and to increase one's experience? If he wanted to keep him in the safest position on the battlefield, it would be better to just let him go back to Konaha to practice. It's good that you have this heart, but you can't act like a hero. If you encounter an enemy above Jonin alone, you must retreat first. You are a genius, but only living geniuses can grow. Understood, Teacher Sakumo, I will definitely not seek death. Okay, Tsunade's puppet master is good at using poison and hidden weapons. You have to pay attention to this. Hokage Sakumo then reminded, when facing the puppet master, you must stay focused to prevent being attacked by surprise. The puppet master is Lao Lu, and Leang knows this very well. Puppet masters like Chiyo, Scorpion, and Konkuro all have various poisons and hidden weapons hidden in their puppets. After saying this, Hokage Sakumo and Leang were speechless. After driving for a long time, they were not far from the Konaha camp on the Sand Shinobi battlefield. But at this moment, Hokage Sakumo suddenly stopped and looked into the jungle with sharp eyes. What's wrong, Teacher Sakumo, are there any enemies? Leang asked in a low voice, while turning on Sharingan and following Hokage Sakumo's gaze. Hokage Sakumo didn't speak, just nodded. Send the order, everyone is on alert. Hokage Sakumo quickly ordered, getting the entire team ready to fight. Everyone grasped their weapons tightly. They could not retreat, because this time not only did they come with reinforcements, but they also had food and fodder. Although Hokage Sakumo was extremely powerful, he became very wary at this moment. Although he is strong, most of the people behind him are mediocre in strength. Moreover, Hokage Sakumo felt that the target of the enemy in the dark might not be them, but the food and grass transported by their team. Transmit the order, try not to use fire-style ninjutsu during the battle, and be careful to protect the food and grass. Hokage Sakumo once again had his order passed down. Here it comes. Li Fang's Sharingan spun quickly and he pulled out the Kusanagi sword from his waist. At the same time, countless ninjas with Tsunade forehead protectors rushed out from the darkness, and there were countless sand shinobi in every direction. The moment sand shinobi rushed out, Hokage Sakumo also moved. Holding the white fang short sword in his hand, he rushed into the sand shinobi ninja like a ferocious beast, and everywhere he passed were the corpses of the sand shinobi. So strong. Li Fang couldn't help but sigh. But now is not the time to watch a show. There are already 3 sand shinobi running towards him, and Li Fang has murderous intent in his eyes. Food and grass are a bit tight here, so he can't use Uchiha swordsmanship and can only use the most basic swordsmanship. Swish, swish, swish. Sand shinobi threw several shurikens in his hand, and each shuriken flew towards Li Fang's vitals. Dang dang dang. Li Fang easily chopped away the shuriken, and then turned into an afterimage and came to Sand Shinobi who bore the brunt. Before Sand Shinobi could react, his head was chopped off by Li Fang. He never understood until his death that he, a chunin after all, could be killed instantly by a brat. The other 2 Sand Shinobi were only slightly shocked when they saw that their companions had been killed, and then killed Li Fang from 2 directions. PFF'd. The kunai in the hands of the 2 sand shinobi pierced Li Fang's sides, and Li Fang suddenly vomited blood. Successful. The 2 sand shinobi were delighted. But the next second, they felt a sharp pain in their abdomen. This allowed them to see clearly who the person in front of them was. Unexpectedly, they stabbed each other in the abdomen with kunai. Ha, idiot. On the side, the 2 magatama in Li Fang's eyes rotated rapidly, and he sent them away with 2 kusanagi swords in his hand. After killing a few more sand shinobi, Li Fang discovered that this group of sand shinobi seemed to be looking for some opportunity when attacking the Konaha shinobi. As the target really food and grass, Li Fang's face turned cold. Food and grass must not be destroyed by sand shinobi. If this batch of food and grass is destroyed by sand shinobi, then Konaha will have no capital to waste with sand shinobi. Wind-style vacuum wave. A wind blade suddenly struck Li Fang. After confirming that there were no companions or food behind him, Li Fang quickly hid aside. Wind-style wind blade. Sand shinobi who attacked Li Fang struck again. This time he took out a kunai and turned it into a slender wind blade. Dang, dang, dang. Li Fang held the kusanagi sword and kept resisting sand shinobi's wind blade, gritted his teeth and took a step back. The sand shinobi in front of him was a bit difficult for him to deal with. Could it be Jonin? Ordinary chunin is no match for Li Fang. Jonin, Li Fang asked after being forced back. Haha, you kid has pretty good eyesight. Sand shinobi sneered when he heard this, and charged at Li Fang again. It seems that he is, at least he is a special Jonin. Uchiha-style sword leaping flame. Li Fang still used Uchiha-style sword technique. However, this move only attaches the flame to the blade and does not spread. Moreover, Li Fang is still a little far away from the grain and grass, so there is no need to worry about burning the grain and grass. Li Fang held the kusanagi sword burning with flames and struck sand shinobi from bottom to top. This sword is so fast that even sand shinobi, who is a Jonin, has difficulty parrying it. He dodged Li Fang's knife, but his clothes were still stained with flames. Releasing chakra to extinguish the flames on his clothes, sand shinobi put away the contempt in his eyes. From the Uchiha clan, sand shinobi wanted to confirm. But Li Fang did not answer him, but seized the opportunity and stabbed sand shinobi in the heart. Chang! Sand shinobi raised the wind blade to hold Li Fang's knife. The next second, sand shinobi pushed Li Fang's knife fiercely, and then slashed Li Fang's upper body with the wind blade. The wind blade struck Li Feng's body, but the sand shinobi did not feel like it had struck the flesh. After a while, Li Feng turned into a piece of wood. The reaction was quite fast. I even used the body replacement technique in advance. Sand shinobi looked around, looking for traces of Li Feng. Uchiha Flow Fire Moon Wheel. Li Feng suddenly appeared behind Sand Shinobi, and slashed towards Sand Shinobi with a knife attached with flames. Sand Shinobi's reaction was not slow, and he immediately recovered and blocked Li Feng's knife with his wind blade. After catching it, the Sand Shinobi smiled strangely, used all his strength to push away Li Feng's Kusanagi sword, and then directly bypassed Li Feng and ran towards the grain. Originally, he wanted to kill this Uchiha genius to make Konaha and Uchiha bleed, but now it seemed that Li Feng was not easy to kill, so he gave up killing Li Feng and went directly to destroy the food and grass. Zap! You dare! Li Feng's anger soared, the Sharingan automatically opened and rotated rapidly, and the left-hand Rasengan took shape in less than a second. This batch of grain and grass is very important. Sand Shinobi's behavior of bypassing him to attack the grain and grass made Li Feng extremely angry. Rasengan. Li Feng caught up with Sand Shinobi with the speed he had practiced for many years, and pressed Rasengan hard on Sand Shinobi's back. Puff! Rasengan instantly rolled up Sand Shinobi's clothes to pieces, blood splashed around, and a large amount of blood spurted out of his mouth. Then the Rasengan exploded, and Sand Shinobi was blown away, falling to the ground like a dead dog. His chest had been pierced by the Rasengan, and he refused to close his eyes. His eyes were so wide that they were almost bulging out, full of disbelief. Li Feng stood there panting slightly. When the Sand Shinobi bypassed him just now to attack the food, Li Feng was extremely angry. It was the first time he was so angry since he traveled here. Fortunately, this Sand Shinobi is not too fast, and he did not expect Li Feng to have such a Muji ninjutsu. Otherwise, Li Feng really wouldn't be sure to kill him with one blow. At this time, Li Feng felt something strange about his eyes. It seems that the eye power has improved a lot. Li Feng quickly raised the Kusanagi sword and used the metal reflection of the blade as a mirror to see his Sharingan. At this moment, 3 black magatama appeared in Li Feng's eyes like tadpoles in his scarlet eyes. I actually opened 3 magatama. Li Feng himself was a little unbelievable. Kill a Jonin and you can open 3 magatama. No, that's not the case. Li Feng quickly made a guess. Li Feng felt that it was because he was too angry and emotionally fluctuated about Sand Shinobi's behavior just now, so he started 3 Tomo Sharingan. I opened her Magatama before because of the death of my mother. This is the case for the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. To open his eyes, he must experience extreme mood swings. Generally, Uchiha people awaken Sharingan because they lost love or faced desperate situations. Uchiha Obito is like this. It was originally just a second Magatama, but after witnessing Kakashi killing his beloved Lin with a chidori, he went on a rampage and started Mangekyo. Originally I thought it was because my talent was poor, but fortunately, it was because I had too few mood swings before. Li Feng felt his eyesight increased and felt happy. If others heard what he said, they would definitely be so angry that they would vomit blood and die. Are you too talented? Next, let's celebrate with the blood of you fools. Li Feng drove 3 Tomo Sharingan and kept shuttling between the carriages, frantically slaughtering the Sand Shinobi who wanted to break through the defense line and get close to the food and grass. Withdraw. After someone among the Sand Shinobi shouted, all the Sand Shinobi gave up destroying food and grass and began to retreat back into the forest. Want to run? Fire style. Li Feng put away the Kusanagi sword, and when he was halfway through forming the seal, a big hand grabbed his hand. Just run away. If the trees here are burned, we have to put out the fire ourselves. It was Hatake Sakumo who stopped him. This is the back of the Konaha camp, and it's Konaha who will be in trouble when the woods are on fire. I'm sorry, Teacher Sakumo, I didn't think carefully. Li Feng put down his hands and expressed his apology to Hatake Sakumo. It's okay, you still have a lot to go through. Also, you did a good job, and you were able to kill Jonin. Hatake Sakumo's eyes showed a hint of appreciation. Ah, lucky. Li Feng touched the back of his head, guessing that 3 Tomo Sharingan and Rasengan were also seen by Hatake Sakumo. Hyuga Kakuyun, go and count our losses. Hatake Sakumo ordered another Hyuga tribesman. Yes, Hyuga Weiyan went to do it immediately, and the statistics were completed within a few minutes. Captain, only 1 cart of our food and grass was destroyed. 6 chunin sacrificed and 49 genin sacrificed. Hyuga Weiyan reported to Hitachi Sakumo. Bring the sacrificed compatriots to the camp first, and then I will notify the village to send people to bring back their bodies. Yes. Suddenly, a voice that was very familiar to Li Feng came. Where are the enemies? Are you okay? I saw Tsunade coming here in a hurry and leading people. The noise just caused here was quite big, and it could also be heard from the Konaha camp. When he heard the noise, Tsunade guessed that reinforcements were arriving and something unexpected had happened. So she quickly gathered people and rushed along the road, but she didn't expect that the battle here was already over. Sakumo Senpai. Tsunade was surprised when he saw that the leader was Hitachi Sakumo, and then said hello. Hitachi Sakumo is older than Tsunade, stronger than Tsunade, and has made great military exploits for Konaha, so Tsunade is willing to call him senior. Well, Tsunade, our team was attacked by sand shinobi just now, but fortunately the damage was very small. Hitachi Sakumo told Tsunade what happened just now. How did sand shinobi know the departure time and route of the reinforcements so quickly? Tsunade frowned. There are spies from the enemy country in every village, which cannot be eliminated, so every village can have some information about each other. However, Konaha suddenly summoned ninja reinforcements in the morning and set off. How could the spies have time to send the information back to Tsunagaku? This is all unavoidable. Maybe it relies on some kind of summoning beast. Hitachi Sakumo didn't find it too strange. And the number of sand shinobi who attacked us is not large. There are probably ambushes on other routes. They also have spies in Tsunagaku in Konaha, and naturally there are also spies in sand shinobi in Konaha. The spy who spread the news probably only knew that the reinforcements were leaving, but did not know the specific route. Tsunade, Lord Hokage sent me to take over the command of the sand shinobi battlefield. This is Lord Hokage's handwriting. Hitachi Sakumo took out the handwriting written by Sarutobi Hiruzen from his body and handed it to Tsunade. Tsunade took the oracle and took a rough look at it. No problem, Sakumo-senpai. It's great that you can take over the battlefield. Tsunade no longer wants to be a commander and has to do a lot of work in the camp every day. But Sakumo-senpai, I hope that I can take command when facing old woman Chiyo. That old thing's poison is very scary. Although Hitachi Sakumo is strong, Chiyo's poison is not a vegetarian, and she will be caught by the slightest carelessness. Tsunade is an expert in this field. Every time Chiyo develops a new poison, she can always quickly prepare an extremely effective antidote. Of course, after all, your medical skills are unrivaled in Konaha. Hitachi Sakumo praised Tsunade's medical skills in passing. Ha ha ha, okay Sakumo-senpai, let's go back to the camp quickly. Tsunade said with a smile. Let's go. When the team headed to the Konaha camp, Tsunade came to the end of the team quietly. Li Feng was walking slowly humming a tune when he suddenly felt a crisis. Li Feng didn't understand that with Hitachi Sakumo and Tsunade in the team, who would dare to attack them again? Bang! Suddenly, a brain-shattering bullet hit Li Feng's forehead. Who? Li Feng saw the person in front of him clearly and swallowed the words in his mouth. Ahem, it's Sister Tsunade. Li Feng bared his teeth and smiled at Tsunade. You guy, who asked you to come to the battlefield? Tsunade grabbed Li Feng's ear and asked loudly in Li Feng's ear. Sister Tsunade, it hurts. Li Feng grimaced in pain. Tsunade then let go of his hand holding Li Feng's ear and stared at Li Feng with his beautiful eyes, waiting for his answer. Sister Tsunade, isn't there another war on Cloud Shinobi's side? Reinforcements are also needed on all major battlefields, so we will be sent in this time. Li Feng explained to Tsunade with a sneer. Is there another war over at Cloud Shinobi? Didn't they just sign the armistice agreement? Tsunade was stunned when he heard Li Feng's words. Cloud Shinobi, who came to the village to sign an armistice agreement, suddenly kidnapped Kushina, and Konaha and Cloud Shinobi started fighting again. When Tsunade heard that Kushina had been kidnapped, he felt worried for a moment. What? How is Kushina now? Tsunade asked anxiously. Kushina is fine. Minato and I found her in time and rescued her, Li Feng said. That's good. Tsunade breathed a sigh of relief. Kushina has been under the care of Uzumaki Mito before, and Uzumaki Mito is Tsunade's biological grandmother, so Tsunade and Kushina also have frequent contact, and she still likes this little girl very much. Cloud Shinobi dared to kidnap Kushina. How did they know? Tsunade stopped mid-sentence. After Uzumaki Mito's death, Kushina became the new Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, something Tsunade certainly knew. She didn't understand why Cloud Shinobi would know. Although there are spies in the village, this matter is kept very secret. Normally Cloud Shinobi would not know about it. Sister Tsunade, what do you know? Li Feng asked, pretending to be stupid. Kid, don't worry so much. Tsunade gave Li Feng another blow. Did Nawaki also go to the battlefield? Tsunade's heart started to rise again. That boy Nawaki is so stupid. What if he goes to the battlefield and is plotted by the enemy? Yes, Nawaki has been assigned to the Rain Shinobi battlefield. Hearing this, Tsunade clenched his fists. She doesn't want Nawaki to be under her protection all the time, but she is really afraid that something will happen to Nawaki, her younger brother. After all, Nawaki is her only relative now, and she has loved Nawaki so much since she was a child. Don't worry, Sister Tsunade, Nawaki is not weak either. He won't be killed so easily. Li Feng comforted Tsunade. By the way, you were not injured during the Sand Shinobi attack just now, were you? Tsunade came to his senses and began to carefully check whether Li Feng was injured. I'm fine, Sister Tsunade, I haven't even scratched my skin. Li Feng opened his arms to show that nothing was wrong with him. It's good that you're not hurt. Tsunade breathed another sigh of relief. Old man Sarutobi, it's true. Even if the war is tight, you can't send students who have just graduated 1 month into the battlefield. Tsunade muttered with some complaint. Li Feng didn't answer. Tsunade also knew that Konaha didn't have enough manpower, but he just didn't want to let children who had not done a few tasks come to the battlefield to face experienced enemies. How is your strength now? Tsunade asked again. Well, about Chunin level. Don't fart, you said you could kill Chunin a year ago. I can almost kill Jonin now. After listening to this, Tsunade didn't think Li Feng was bragging. She knew before that Li Feng was really a monster, and he could practice extremely efficiently even without anyone to guide him. Tsunade sometimes wanted to teach Li Feng a lesson, but unfortunately he didn't have much time since he was back in Konaha and dealing with things at the hospital. But this guy Li Feng is better than many Chunin in their 20s and 30s. 12-year-old Jonin, no wonder. When we arrived at the camp, everyone began to rest. Tsunade ran to Li Feng. You said before that you were going to develop an A-level lightning-style ninjutsu, have you done it yet? Tsunade sat on a wooden chair with his legs crossed and asked Li Feng, who was standing aside. It's been developed. Really? Tsunade was a little incredulous. If you ask Sarutobi Hiruzen to develop an A-level lightning style, he may not be able to develop it. Li Feng actually developed A-level lightning style so quickly. Did Li Feng have some misunderstanding about A-level ninjutsu? Really, Sister Tsunade, let me demonstrate it to you. Li Feng immediately began to form seals. Let Tsunade see his chidori to let Tsunade know that he has the capital to fight, so that Tsunade can stop worrying about him so much. Lightning style chidori. Li Feng activated Sharingan, and violent thunder and lightning pulsed in his palm. The next second, Li Feng rushed towards a big tree and stabbed the plover in his hand on the trunk. Boom! The big tree collapsed instantly, and the area hit by Li Feng became scorched black. What happened? Are those fools from Sand Shinobi attacking again? The people in the tent ran out quickly and started looking for the source of the noise. Everyone, go back. This brat is just testing ninjutsu. Tsunade's words made everyone feel relieved. It turns out he was testing ninjutsu, which scared Lousy. But, what kind of ninjutsu can make such a big difference? The ninjas of Konaha returned to their tents one after another, and at the same time they became somewhat interested in the ninjutsu that Li Feng was experimenting with. Some people even stood on the edge of the tent and looked over. It's very powerful. I didn't expect you to be able to develop A-level ninjutsu. Tsunade tried to calm down, but his heart was already filled with turmoil. The power of this lightning style is indeed as powerful as A-level ninjutsu. Wait, Tsunade suddenly stood up, came to Li Feng and stared at him. Sister Tsunade, what's wrong? Li Feng was a little confused when Tsunade looked at her. When did you awaken Sanmagatama? Only then did Tsunade notice that Li Feng's second Magatama Sharingan had turned into a third Magatama. It was fired when I was attacked just now. There's nothing to hide about this. Since Sanmagatama has been opened, you must be in trouble, right? Tsunade also roughly understands how Sharingan awakens. Yes, a Jonin from Sand Shinobi came to me, and I awakened the 3 Magatama out of desperation. Jonin, are you really not injured? Tsunade began to wonder if Li Feng was not injured on the outside but was poisoned on the inside. I'm really fine, Sister Tsunade, I killed that Jonin. Li Feng finally had a chance to show off in front of Tsunade. You took out Jonin without a scratch. Although Tsunade believed that Li Feng could match Jonin, it was really unbelievable to her to kill a Jonin without any damage. Yes, that guy bypassed me and went directly to attack the grain and grass, but he didn't know that he was not as fast as me, and he was killed by a sneak attack from behind. Okay, good job. Tsunade gave Li Feng a rare compliment. It seems like you have some ability to protect yourself on the battlefield. But don't be proud. If Sand Shinobi discovers your talent and is afraid that you will pose a threat to them in the future, they may directly send several Jonin to surround you. Tsunade gave another instruction. A genius like Li Feng, teenagers generally like to be in the limelight. Don't worry Tsunade-san, I will pay attention. Of course Li Feng would not sacrifice himself for a little limelight, he cherished his life very much. The prerequisite for becoming a strong person is to survive. I'll teach you some medical ninjutsu when I have time. It can be of some help in an emergency. Tsunade came up with the idea of teaching Li Feng medical ninjutsu. There are not many medical ninjas in Konaha right now, and there are often situations where there is not enough manpower. If Li Feng can learn medical ninjutsu, he can heal himself after being injured. It's okay, Sister Tsunade, but I don't have that much energy at the moment. Li Feng thinks it would be good to learn medical ninjutsu, but at the moment he has not mastered the 3 powerful fire-style ninjutsu, and can no longer devote his energy to learning medical ninjutsu. Well, as long as you feel you have the energy to learn medical ninjutsu, come to me at any time. After Tsunade finished speaking, he stood up and left. The reinforcements had been attacked just now. Although not many ninjas died, many people were still injured. She had to go and help heal the injuries herself. Li Feng hadn't rested long before he was summoned to the command camp by Hitoki Sakumo. Teacher Shuamao, are you looking for me? Li Feng came to Hitoki Shuamao. Li Feng, I decided to send someone to attack a Sand Shinobi team, and I need you to join this mission. Hitoki Sakumo didn't wait for Li Feng to reply, and continued, Jonin, the leader of this Sand Shinobi team, is Chiyo's confidant Sandani, he must know Sand Shinobi's supply delivery route. Sand Shinobi hasn't received support from the village for a while. I think Sunagakur is about to send supplies to the battlefield. We just got the trace of this Sand Shinobi team, and our mission this time is to wipe out all of this team. But before that, I need you to use Sharingan to ask Jonin Sand Shinobi for the delivery time and route of the supplies. Guaranteed to complete the task. Li Feng readily accepted the task. There are not other Uchiha on the Sand Shinobi battlefield, but Li Feng is the only one in the 3 Magatama, and Hitoki Sakumo believes in Li Feng's ability. Well, if you are not hostile to the opponent, you must retreat first and don't risk your own life. Hitoki Sakumo warned. In his eyes, the safety of his companions is always more important than the mission. Clear. How was the consumption in the battle just now? Have you rested? It's time to rest, Sakumo-sensei. Then take action now, your teammates are them. Hitoki Sakumo waved his hand, and suddenly there were 9 more Anbu in the camp. Li Feng didn't expect that Hitoki Sakumo would bring Anbu with him. When the reinforcements team was attacked before, he didn't see Anbu take action. You can change into this set of clothes for now. As soon as Hitoki Sakumo finished speaking, an Anbu came to Li Feng with a set of Anbu's clothes and a mask. Okay. Li Feng took the clothes and mask and returned to his tent to quickly change them. Tying the Kusanagi sword around his waist, Li Feng returned to the outside of the command camp. The 9 Anbu are waiting here. Sorry, I have to ask a few seniors to wait for me. Li Feng felt a little embarrassed when he saw so many people waiting for him. It's okay. Now that we've packed up, we'll set off quickly. After the leader Anbu finished speaking, he led Lifang and others to quickly leave the Konaha camp and shuttle through the woods. I am the captain of this team, you can call me Moon Wolf. On the way, the captain said to Lifang while rushing, give yourself a code name. We will use the code name during the mission. Code name, let's call it Feng. Lifang didn't worry too much about the code name, and just took the last character of his name. Speaking of which, my chakra attribute is wind, thunder, and fire, but I don't seem to have learned a single wind-style ninjutsu. The main reason is that the wind-style ninjutsu in Lifang's hands is basically auxiliary, and Minato specializes in wind-style, so Lifang did not learn it. Okay, do you hear me clearly? The temporary member's code name is Feng. Leang emphasized Lifang's code name to other team members. The other team members understood. 6 of the 9 of us are Jonin, and 3 are special Jonin. All you have to do is ensure your own safety. After we make Shigu lose its combat effectiveness, use Sharingan to ask for information. Moon Wolf assigned Lifang again. Work. Lifang, don't you believe me that much? Maybe I can even that Sand Shinobi myself. But after thinking about it, let it go. After all, he is the confidant of that old woman Chiyo, and she is definitely not an ordinary Jonin. After saying this, Leang and the other Anbu team members never spoke again. Anbu members are like this, they are normal under normal circumstances, but they don't say a word nonsense when performing tasks. Hide. Leang gave the order, and everyone including Lifang found a good place to hide. This is still the land of the fire country, and it didn't take long for Lifang and the others to get here. Later, Hokage Sakumo told Lifang that the Sand Shinobi team was ambushing on other routes. As soon as Hokage Sakumo received the information that the team was returning, he immediately summoned Lifang and Anbu to come over. The information on the number of Sand Shinobi is not very clear, but there were probably 200 to 300 Sand Shinobi who attacked the team before, and there were only a few Jonin. Their mission target should be just 200 people. However, they do have control over the number of Jonin. There are 4 Jonin in total, including Chiyo's confidant Sagea. A few people lurked like this for a long time before they saw Sand Shinobi's team appear on this road. When the Sand Shinobi team appeared, Moon Wolf subconsciously looked at Lifang. He was worried that this young boy would not be able to resist taking action in advance. However, Leang soon felt relieved. Lifang was as steady as an old dog. He had been paying attention to the actions of his teammates and did not attack the Sand Shinobi team in advance. When Moon Wolf felt that the time had come, he did not speak, but just made a gesture. All Anbu members, including Lifang, were paying attention to Leang's movements. When they saw Leang making gestures, everyone moved. Water-style Grand Falls technique. Lightning-style emotion wave. First, 2 Anbu activated water-style and lightning-style at the same time. Anbu, who activated water-style, spurted a waterfall of water from his mouth, immediately sweeping over the entire Sand Shinobi team. Lightning Style then followed the water flow and attacked most of the people in Sand Shinobi's team, and the weak genin was immediately killed and wounded. Enemy attack. Shaji roared angrily, and his eyes turned red when he saw the tragically dead team members. Fire Style Dragon Fire Technique. Wind Style Great Breakthrough. But before the Sand Shinobi team was ready, another combination of ninjutsu was used, and the flames like a divine dragon rushed straight into the crowd. With the blessing of Wind Style, it was even more ferocious. Dozens of the original 200 people died. After using these large ninjas, all Anbu drew their ninja swords and rushed into the enemy group. Please pay attention to your own safety, we don't have the energy to take care of you. Leang reminded Lifang when he passed by. Lifang was stunned for a moment, then smiled helplessly. Captain Moon Wolf is really afraid that something will happen to him. After all, Captain Hokage Sakumo of Anbu is very fond of him, and he is also an important part of this mission. Anbu's method of interrogating information is not comparable to 3-Tomo Sharingan. But Lifang believes that he will not die so easily. He has a lot of hidden tricks. When facing Jonin, if he is caught off guard, he might be able to kill him instantly. This is the so-called information gap. After a while, Lifang also joined the battle. Shaji was already entangled with Leang, and Lifang did not go to help Leang deal with the leader Jonin. Chidori and Rasengan were very powerful, and he was afraid that he would not be careful enough to kill Seigo accidentally. Then this mission will be in vain. So he stopped another Sand Shinobi who wanted to help Sandani. Asshole, don't stop me. Wind style thousand-faced wind. Sand Shinobi was very anxious and wanted to break through Li Feng's interception to help Sandu. Sha Ji Yu was completely suppressed and beaten by Moon Wolf, and now the Anbu in front of him actually came to stop him. He had to quickly solve this problem and help Sha Ji Yu. Uchiha Flow, Dance of the Sun. Li Feng waved the Kusanagi sword in his hand, and a few crescent-like flames rushed towards the countless wind blades. The moment the flames came into contact with the wind blade was disintegrated. Fire style can restrain wind style. However, Li Feng's halo dance also reached the point where it was about to dissipate after disintegrating the wind blade, completely losing its power. From this point of view, this Sand Shinobi should be one of the other three Jonin, right? If it were an ordinary Chunin, he would have died from his halo dance. At this time, Sand Shinobi had already held the kunai in his backhand and leaned forward to Li Feng. Dang! Li Feng raised the knife to block Sand Shinobi's kunai from stabbing his heart, and a drop of cold sweat couldn't help leaving his forehead. This Sand Shinobi was faster than the Jonin when they were ambushed. The current Li Feng is not strong enough to fight head-on. But Li Feng didn't panic, instead he smiled strangely. At the same time, Sand Shinobi saw that Li Feng's eyes seemed to glow red under the mask. He reacted immediately and wanted to close his eyes. But it was too late, he had already been tricked. He saw himself being lifted up by Li Feng with one hand and stabbed into his heart with a knife in his other hand. It's an illusion. Sand Shinobi quickly mobilized the chakra in his body to break the illusion, but at this moment, he really felt the pain in his chest. The severe pain made him wake up instantly. He saw the silver-white blade inserted into his chest, and blood dripped down the blade to the ground. Puff! Li Feng drew out the Kusanagi sword, and Sand Shinobi also lost his fighting power and fell heavily to the ground. Later, Li Feng stabbed Sand Shinobi again in the neck. Second one. Li Feng held a knife in his hand and shook off the blood on the knife. This is the second Jonin he's killed. Originally, it would not be so simple for Li Feng to kill this guy. But he won this time because the opponent didn't know that he was from the Uchiha clan and didn't be wary of his Sharingan. If Sand Shinobi is wary of his Sharingan from the beginning, it's hard to say whether he can kill Sand Shinobi. Go to hell, despicable Konaha Shinobi. At this time, a Sand Shinobi with a ferocious face stabbed Li Feng in the back with a kunai in his hand. Uchiha-style sword jumping flame. Li Feng raised his Kusanagi sword, and the Sand Shinobi who made a sneak attack was directly chopped to death with a knife attached to the flames. One person died, and nearly 10 more Sand Shinobi surrounded Li Feng. The wind is surrounded. The Anbu members became worried, but now they were also facing many Sand Shinobi and could not spare any effort to help Li Feng. But Li Feng disagrees. The ants are still ants when they gather in a swarm. Just chop a few more times and it will be enough. Wind-style vacuum sphere. Several Sand Shinobi teamed up to spit out countless wind bombs at Li Feng, just like several machine guns firing at the same time. Fire-style function fire technique. Li Feng chose to use Phoenix Fire to deal with it. Although each fireball of the Phoenix Fireball is not as powerful as the Great Fireball, the good thing is that there are more of them. Fire defeated wind. Those wind bullets hit the fireball and were quickly engulfed by the fireball-like mobs flying into the flame. After releasing the ninja, Li Feng did not sit still and waited for death. He rushed towards several Sand Shinobi with a knife. I will use illusion to restrain him. A Sand Shinobi whispered to his companion, took a step forward and formed seals with his hands at the same time. This is not a technique. Sand Shinobi completed the seal and released the illusion to Li Feng. But the scene where Li Feng suddenly stopped in his imagination did not appear. Instead, he saw that his companions around him and Li Feng had all disappeared. And where he is Tsunade. How did I go back to Sand Shinobi? Sand Shinobi was stunned, and he didn't react immediately. Wait, could it be that my genjutsu was rebounded? Sand Shinobi became nervous and started running chakra to break the genjutsu. But the Tsunade in his eyes suddenly turned gray, and a flash of blood appeared in front of his eyes. This Sand Shinobi didn't even have time to crack the illusion, and was killed by Li Feng with a knife. In reality, Li Feng sneered disdainfully. playing magic in front of his 3-tomo Sharingan. It's so desperate. The Uchiha clan is extremely skilled in genjutsu, and Sharingan is also the nemesis of genjutsu. Uchiha Flow Halo Dance. Several flaming crescent moons were swung out by Li Feng, cutting off several sand shinobi in front of him. Only then did the Anbu members realize that their worries were completely unnecessary. This newcomer is even more cruel than them. Of course, the sand shinobi who entered the battlefield not long ago cannot be the opponents of these Anbu. Although it took a long time, basically all the sand shinobi have been killed by Anbu. All that's left is the sand valley and a few fish that slipped through the net. Li Feng saw this and took the initiative to kill the last few sand shinobi who were already at the end of their powerful bows. And Sha Ji Yu was also defeated by Moon Wolf and another Anbu, and his chakra was sealed using sealing techniques. In order to prevent Sha Ji Yu from committing suicide by biting the poison sac in his mouth, Yu Lang broke all his teeth and took the poison sac out of Sha Gu's mouth. Now Shigu can neither survive nor die. Feng, it's time for you to take the stage. Yu Lang waved to Li Feng, holding Sha Ji Yu like a dead dog. Okay. Li Feng stepped forward, grabbed Sha Gu's head and activated Sharingan. Which route does Sand Shinobi's supplies come from? From. Time. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. The team configuration for escorting supplies. Quote. When asked this question, Sha Ji Yu did not reply, but looked at Li Feng with dull eyes. It seems that he doesn't know the team configuration for escorting supplies. Yu Lang said, standing next to Li Feng. I know all the useful information, let's kill him. Yu Lang said calmly. Since the team configuration cannot be known, it is enough to only know the route and time. Li Feng also had no ink mark, and stabbed Sha Gu's heart with a knife. After Sha Ji Yu groaned, his eyes suddenly became clear, and then became dull again. Li Feng drew out the Kusanagi sword, and Seigo fell heavily to the ground, losing his vital signs. Since the delivery is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Sand Shinobi won't have time to change the route. Moon Wolf's voice contained a hint of smile. In this way, they will definitely be able to cut off Sand Shinobi's supply route. Even if they can't all be wiped out and all the supplies are destroyed, Sand Shinobi will suffer heavy losses. Feng, your performance this time really surprised me. Yu Lang patted Li Feng on the shoulder. I saw you kill Sand Shinobi's Jonin cleanly with my own eyes. When Yu Lang suppressed Sha Ji Yu, he would glance at Li Feng from time to time, worrying that something might happen to him. But Li Feng's performance really surprised him. Although he had only graduated from the ninja school for about a month, his strength and fighting skills were not what a genin could have. Captain deserves a reward. Do you have the idea of joining Anbu? When you pass the Chunin exam, I can write you a letter of recommendation. Yu Lang fell in love with Li Feng. As the captain of the Anbu squad, he can recommend ninjas to the captain, Hitachi Sakumo, to join Anbu. Let's talk about this later, Captain. I haven't thought about it that much yet. Li Feng neither agreed nor refused directly. The most important thing right now is to improve his strength, and adding Anbu may tie him up. Okay, I was too impatient. Let's go back to the camp and recover first. Afterwards, the Anbu members worked together to activate the earth style to cover the bodies of the sand shinobi under the ground, and then use the water style to wash away the bloodline on the road. After doing all this, everyone returned to the camp the next day and headed to the command camp. Captain, the mission is successfully completed. Moon Wolf said respectfully to Hitachi Sakumo, who was sitting at the table. Did the information come out? Hitachi Sakumo put down the document in his hand and asked Tsukiro. The question is out, Feng, you can tell me. Yu Lang turned around and called Li Feng over. Wind. Hitachi Sakumo raised his eyebrows. Captain, Feng is Uchiha Li Feng's temporary codename when performing missions. Moon Wolf explained to Hitachi Sakumo. That's it, Li Feng, please tell me. Teacher Sakumo, the supply route of Sand Shinobi is, the time is 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Li Feng reported the information he asked to Hitachi Sakumo. Who is escorting this batch of supplies? Teacher Shuamao, Shigu probably doesn't know either. When I asked this question, he didn't speak. Li Feng hesitated and said. That's it, then forget it. Captain, all Sand Shinobi have been wiped out by us. Uchiha Li Feng performed extremely well in this mission. Moon Wolf praised Li Feng in passing. Li Feng killed a Jonin and several genin. Yes, this mission will be recorded as an A-level military exploit for each of you. On the Sand Shinobi battlefield, Hatake Sakumo's power is equivalent to that of the Hokage, and he can record military exploits for them on his own initiative. Thank you Sakumo-sensei. Thank you Captain. Li Feng, Yu Leang and other Anbu members thanked Hatake Sakumo. In this way, another A-level military exploit is equivalent to an S-level military exploit. Li Feng, do you have any plans to join Anbu in the future? After Yu Leang and others left, Hatake Sakumo suddenly asked Li Feng. Li Feng scratched his head. Moon Wolf had just asked him, and now Hatake Sakumo also had the idea of letting him enter Anbu. Teacher Shuamao, I have no such plan at the moment. Let's focus on improving my strength first. Li Feng still chose to refuse and wait until his strength reaches the cage level. Okay, but you are really suitable to be Anbu. You have great potential. Even I couldn't do this at your age. I don't dare, Teacher Sakumo, I'm just lucky. Li Feng was a little embarrassed by Hatake Sakumo's words. Luck is also a part of strength. If the other party doesn't have your information, your Sharingan and your homemade ninjutsu are great weapons. It's no exaggeration to say that if I didn't know you had Sharingan and didn't know your two homemade ninjutsu, I might have suffered a loss at your hands. Hatake Sakumo was not shy about praising Li Feng. Now he understands that Li Feng is different from ordinary geniuses. He will not be proud of being a genius, nor will he be arrogant because of these two compliments. Teacher Sakumo, please stop teasing me. Your sword is not something I can take. As soon as Li Feng finished speaking, a figure broke into the command camp. Senior Sakumo, why did you let Li Feng carry out such a dangerous mission? As soon as Tsunade entered the command camp, he quickly walked up to Hatake Sakumo and asked. Yesterday Hatake Sakumo told her that Li Feng was just on a small mission. Today she found out that Li Feng was on a mission to ambush Sand Shinobi. Tsunade, don't think that Li Feng is not qualified for such a task. Look at him, isn't he fine? Hatake Sakumo said calmly. Li Feng's potential is much greater than you think. He is no worse than some Anbu members. Compared to Tsunade, Hatake Sakumo knows Li Feng's strength better. The main purpose of this mission is to obtain supply information about Sand Shinobi. Only Li Feng in the entire camp is perfectly qualified for this mission. After Hatake Sakumo finished speaking, Tsunade turned to look at Li Feng. You kid, come here. Tsunade stepped forward and grabbed Li Feng's ears, trying to take Li Feng away. Wait Tsunade, here you go. Hatake Sakumo handed Tsunade a piece of information he had just finished writing. Tsunade nodded after receiving the information, then turned around and dragged Li Feng out of the command camp and back to her own tent. Sister Tsunade, it hurts. Li Feng took a breath. He could handle Sand Shinobi's sneak attack, but he couldn't handle Tsunade's ear tugging. Are you injured? Tsunade said as he began to check whether Li Feng was injured. Don't worry, Sister Tsunade, I'm not hurt. Li Feng is somewhat used to this. I also killed a Jonin. Sister Tsunade, you don't have to worry too much about me. Tsunade was relieved to see that Li Feng was not injured. Don't carry out such a dangerous mission next time. Tsunade raised his hand and knocked Li Feng on the head, and his expression softened. Ambushing a group of 100 Sand Shinobi was a task that no ordinary Jonin could complete. Li Feng had just graduated to perform such a task, which really worried Tsunade. Sister Tsunade, I am also a ninja now, a ninja of Konaha. Li Feng's voice was firm. Hearing Li Feng's sonorous words, Tsunade looked at the Konaha forehead protector on Li Feng's forehead and was stunned for a moment. It's my fault too. Tsunade sighed and sat on the bed. Li Feng is now an upright ninja. Obeying orders is what ninjas must do. She also said to herself that she should not be too protective of Li Feng and Nawaki. But she was just afraid that something would happen to her two brothers. That's why she lost her temper like this. Li Feng's mother, Senju Shuena, entrusted Li Feng to her care. If something happened to Li Feng, how would she face her deceased sister Shuena? Sister Tsunade, nothing will happen to me. You have to believe me. Li Feng grinned at Tsunade. Okay, I believe you. Tsunade also chuckled. This is the antidote to the poison, keep it. Tsunade stood up, went to get 3 antidotes and handed them to Li Feng. Most poisons in Sand Shinobi can be detoxified with this antidote. If you are poisoned by Sand Shinobi, you must take the antidote as soon as possible and don't give the poison a chance to corrode your body. Tsunade warned seriously. I remember, Sister Tsunade. Li Feng carefully put away the antidote. But the poison of the old woman Chiyo is specially made, and new poisons are often developed. I need to constantly prepare new antidotes. When Chiyo was mentioned, Tsunade's expression became cautious. If you encounter her on the battlefield, be sure to distance yourself immediately and do not fight her. If you're poisoned by her, there's no way that antidote can cure it. Okay, Li Feng nodded. The poison of that old guy Chiyo is really terrible. Many ninjas in Konaha died at the hands of Chiyo. However, this time you actually killed the henchman of the old woman Chiyo. She must be so angry that she can't breathe when she knows all this, right? Ha ha ha. Chiyo and Tsunade, one uses poison and the other detoxifies, one is from Sand Shinobi and the other is from Konaha. The two are naturally incompatible. Of course Tsunade is happy that Chiyo has suffered a loss. With that said, Tsunade took out the information Hitoki Sakumo gave her and read it carefully. Will Sand Shinobi's supplies be delivered tonight? It seems it's time for Sand Shinobi to draw blood. Tsunade crushed the information and raised his lips with a smile. The loss of this batch of supplies alone would not be a big deal to Tsunade. But Sand Shinobi is probably in urgent need of this batch of supplies. If their supplies are successfully cut off, Sand Shinobi will be out of food and have insufficient ninja tools. At that time, what capital did Sand Shinobi have to start a war with Konaha? You go back and rest. Sakumo Senpai will definitely organize troops to cut off Sand Shinobi's supplies tonight, and you should also be summoned. Tsunade also looked away now. Although she was worried, she could not tie Li Feng to in the camp. A young eagle always has to spread its wings before it can turn into an eagle and soar in the sky. Li Feng is a very smart guy and he should not get into trouble easily. Thinking of this, another honest face appeared in Tsunade's mind, her biological brother, Senju Nawaki. Nawaki, this stupid boy, please don't get into trouble. There aren't many medical ninjas on the Rain Shinobi battlefield, right? Did he bring enough ninja tools? In the evening, Yu Lang came to Li Feng's tent in person. Feng, the captain asked you to come over. Okay, Captain Moon Wolf, I'll be here right away. Li Feng tied the Kusanagi sword around his waist and followed Moon Wolf to the command camp. Sakumo-sensei, well, tonight I am going to personally lead a team to attack Sand Shinobi's supply team, and I decided to bring you with me. Hitoki Sakumo made a long story short. This is a rare opportunity for training. With him in charge, nothing will happen to Li Feng. Instead, he will have more opportunities to accumulate combat experience. Generally, the teams that transport supplies don't have top-notch experts. Hitoki Sakumo went out personally because this operation was very critical and he wouldn't be worried if he didn't come. Since he personally leads the team, this operation is guaranteed. Okay, Li Feng would naturally not refuse such a task. Well, you go and prepare first. Soon we will start the attack on Sand Shinobi's supplies. As soon as Hitoki Sakumo finished speaking, a Konaha shinobi hurriedly ran into the command camp. Sakumo-sama, news came from the front that Chiyo personally led a team to attack us. Hitoki Sakumo frowned when he heard this, and kept tapping his fingers on the table, saying to the ninja, I understand, you can go down first. Yes, Hitoki Sakumo rubbed his temples and thought. He did not expect that Chiyo would personally lead the attack on Konaha at this time, which would ruin his original plan. If Chiyo leads the team himself, then he cannot lead the team to attack Sand Shinobi's supply team. The use of a new poison caused Tsunade's team to suffer heavy losses before. Because Sand Shinobi's attack was too sudden, Konaha's spies did not report the information about the new poison in time, so Tsunade failed to prepare the corresponding antidote. Facing Sand Shinobi, their poison is the biggest uncontrollable factor. Although Tsunade could handle Chiyo, he still wouldn't be able to rest assured if Hitoki Sakumo didn't personally take charge. Li Feng, I need to command the main force, but Sand Shinobi's supply must be cut off. It didn't take long for Hitoki Sakumo to make his decision. The Anbu I brought here is basically on mission now. I decided that Moon Wolf and you will lead the team to attack Sand Shinobi's supply team. Are you confident? Hitoki looked at Li Feng with bright eyes. Teacher Shuamao, promise to complete the task. Li Feng said firmly. Sand Shinobi's supplies must be cut off no matter what. This is the key to Konoha's victory over Sand Shinobi. Since Hokage Sakumo values himself so much, then he cannot betray his trust. To be honest, I don't really want you to participate in this mission. Hokage Sakumo sighed. Why, Sakumo-sensei? To put it bluntly, this mission may prevent you from coming back alive. Hokage Sakumo paused and continued. But these are things that strong people must go through, so I decided to let you participate. Don't worry, Sakumo-sensei. I understand all these principles and I'm ready to wake up. If he blindly avoids these dangers, how can he become the top strongman in the ninja world? That's good. Hokage Sakumo smiled happily and continued, but your safety must still come first. You don't have to destroy all the supplies. Just do your best. After arranging the manpower to attack Sand Shinobi's supplies, Hokage Sakumo and Tsunade led a large force to the front line to fight Sand Shinobi. After Li Feng prepared everything, he entered his own spiritual world before setting off. Now the stone sculpture has begun to shine, which shows that Li Feng's chakra quantity has been qualitatively improved. The dark chakra behind the stone sculpture is also more intense, and the character, Zu, representing Suzaku also lights up. In other words, Li Feng can now summon 3 summoning beasts, Golden Snake, Xuanwu and Suzaku. This made Li Feng overjoyed. Suzaku is a summoning beast that can fly. This way Li Feng has the ability to fight in the air and travel more conveniently. Exiting the spiritual world, Li Feng touched the Kusanagi sword on his waist and walked out of his tent. The team that raided Sand Shinobi's supplies only had 50 or 60 people, and currently Li Feng only knew one person, Moon Wolf, in terms of high-end combat power. Captain Moon Wolf, how many Jonin are there in our team? Li Feng came to Moon Wolf and looked at the Konoha shinobi gathered around him and asked. At this time, Moon Wolf has changed out of Anbu's clothes, just like an ordinary Konoha shinobi, but the fierce look in his eyes is not what ordinary ninjas can have. If you are counted as a Jonin, and I am included, there are 5 Jonin in total. Moon Wolf wiped the short sword in his hand while answering Li Feng's words. 5 Jonin. Li Feng knew that this task was really difficult. The Sand Shinobi troops escorting supplies are certainly not weak. Fortunately, their purpose was only to destroy Sand Shinobi's supplies, and there was no need to wipe out all the enemies. What, are you scared? Yu Lang made a rare joke. How is that possible? Captain Yu Lang is here, right? Li Feng also said with a smile. Tsukiro does give him a very reliable feel, just like Hokage Sakumo. I'm not that capable. Again, you can take care of yourself when the time comes. I don't have the energy to take care of you. Moon Wolf said, putting the short sword back into its scabbard. Compared to me, Captain Moonwolf should care about them. Li Feng was referring to these genin. To put it bluntly, there is no telling how many of these people will come back. Even Li Feng was not sure whether he could escape unscathed. Life and death are destiny, wealth is in the sky, living is better, sacrifice is for family, for Konoha. Most Anbu members like Moonwolf have already taken life and death lightly. Okay, let's go. The team of dozens of people quickly disappeared into the night and flew towards their destination along the dense jungle. Along the way, Li Feng also learned about the abilities of the other 3 Jonin. Hyuga Ash, Hyuga Branch House Jonin, is good at close combat with Hyuga Jutsu, but his main function is to use the Byakugan to sense the enemy's situation. Sarutobi Hayakawa, a Jonin of the Sarutobi clan, seems to be somewhat related to the 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, is good at fire style, and is the main force in destroying Sand Shinobi's supplies. Kui, a civilian Jonin, specializes in earth style and is mainly responsible for destroying supplies and using earth style to divide the battlefield. These 3 people are indeed suitable to participate in this operation, and they can all play a large role. Among these 3 people, Sarutobi Baichuan and Kui both have a good attitude towards Li Feng. Sarutobi Baichuan knows that Li Feng is from the clan of Sarutobi Hiruzen, the head of the family, so he will naturally be polite. Kui felt that Li Feng was not as arrogant as other Uchiha people, so he was more interested in Li Feng. As for Hyuga Gray, the Hyuga clan has always been at odds with the Uchiha clan. Although Li Feng has long since separated from the Uchiha clan, Hyuga Gray is still unwilling to have too much contact with Li Feng. When the operation starts later, Hyuga Gray determines the number of enemy troops. At the same time, after the operation starts, pay attention to whether there are any reinforcements from Sand Shinobi around. He uses Earth Style to break up the enemy's defensive formation, making the Sand Shinobi spread out as much as possible. Li Feng, Sarutobi Baichuan, the main task of the three of us is to find opportunities to burn the supplies. At the same time, we need to contain Sand Shinobi's high-end combat power so that they have more opportunities to destroy the supplies. While on the way, Yu Lang also arranged tasks for everyone. Yu Lang really deserves to be the captain, and he assigned the team with a clear mind in a very short period of time. At this time, a Sand Shinobi team was walking on the path leading to the front line with multiple carriages. Is it necessary to be so nervous? Can Konaha still hit the back of our battlefield? A teenage Sand Shinobi muttered while walking with a piece of dogtail grass in his mouth. Don't take it lightly. This batch of supplies is very important. There must be no mistakes. Sand Shinobi, an older man next to him, glanced at him and said in a low voice. TCH. Young Sand Shinobi disagreed. Suddenly, Sand Shinobi, who was in charge of sensing at the front, stopped suddenly and whispered something in the leader's ear. Be on guard. The leader's voice echoed through the entire team, and everyone immediately clenched their weapons and turned their backs to the carriage. Holy shit, Konaha is really coming. Young Sand Shinobi spat out the dogtail grass in his mouth and pulled out the short sword from behind, his hands shaking. Sand Shinobi next to him couldn't help but sigh when he saw this young man's appearance. This kind of little kid who has never experienced war cannot handle this kind of situation at all. Fire Style Great Fireball Technique. Fire Style Dragon Fire Technique. Fire Style Phoenix Fire Technique. Wind Style Great Breakthrough. Countless fire styles and wind styles swept in instantly, but the leader was well prepared. Use all water style and earth style. Don't let the supplies get damaged. Water style water wall. Water style water formation pillar. Earth style wall. Sand Shinobi also reacted quickly and immediately used water style and earth style to resist the menacing fire. Wow! The collision of water and fire instantly filled the air with a large amount of water mist, making it difficult for everyone to see clearly what was in front of them. The leader of Sand Shinobi cursed secretly. He had expected this, but had to use water style to resist it. Earth style alone cannot completely block these fire styles. In the darkness, Yu Lang looked at the thick mist in front of him with satisfaction. This water mist allows them to defeat the Sand Shinobi one by one. Hyuga Gray had already determined the number of people in the Sand Shinobi team before this, which was a full 300 people. 50 people fight 300 people. This is a tough battle. You must not fight it directly like a stupid young man. Kui, it's your turn to take action. Yu Lang said to Kui beside him. Look at me. Kui took out a terrain map that was drawn in advance, then formed a seal with his hands and pressed his hands on the terrain map. Earth style promising change. Instantly, the earth style previously released by Sand Shinobi began to change. After blending into the ground, several high earth walls rose between the Sand Shinobi teams. Moon Wolf knew that the fire style just now could not easily destroy Sand Shinobi's supplies. He was just trying to induce Sand Shinobi to release water style and earth style. Fire style and water style collided, filling the place with water mist that was conducive to their actions. Although the water mist could be blown away with wind style, it would take time. As for the earth style, it is to allow Kui to use Sand Shinobi's earth style to unleash this promising transformation and reduce the consumption of chakra. But even so, this promising transformation still consumed nearly half of Kui's chakra. Earth style you need to change the terrain design map drawn in advance, and the surrounding terrain will change according to the terrain on the design map. At this moment, Sand Shinobi's team was divided by the earth wall. Do it. Take care of yourself. After Yu Lang said, he led Li Feng and others to rush between several earth walls. Yu Lang and Li Feng went straight to the front of the team. The leader must be the strongest person in the escort team. Yu Lang needed to ensure that he would not support others. Konaha Shinobi, how did you know the time and route? The leader's tone was full of murderous intent, and he rushed towards Moonwolf with a long knife in his hand. Moon Wolf would not answer him, so he pulled out his short sword and started fighting with the leader. Wind-style great breakthrough. Many people on Li Feng's side saw that he was a child and decided to kill him first. Li Feng was blown several meters away by the great breakthrough, then stabilized his balance and landed on the ground. Although great breakthrough has little offensive power, this ninjutsu is not easy to defend against. Uchiha style, flame dance. Li Feng instantly drew out the Kusanagi sword from his waist, and the blade also ignited flames. Li Feng kept slashing sand shinobi in the crowd, but his movements were like a dancer. Go and protect the carriage, you guys can't handle this kid. A tall sand shinobi rescued a sand shinobi who was about to be hacked to death by Li Feng, and then directed them to protect the carriage. What a pity, Konaha is about to lose another genius. The tall sand shinobi stood in front of Li Feng, and Li Feng felt like he was facing a big mountain. Kid, tell me your name, and I, Kogoro, will let you die more magnificently. Kogoro decided to respect this genius of Konaha. Haha, don't you know that villains die from talking too much? Fire-style great fireball technique. Li Feng held the knife in his back, formed seals quickly and spit out a huge fireball. Although he didn't know what Li Feng said about the villain dying from talking too much, Kongarang's eyes also became serious. Although he didn't think the kid in front of him could be stronger than him, this batch of supplies was very important, and he had to deal with this kid quickly. Then kill any Konoha shinobi who want to destroy the supplies. Wind-style fire wind palm. A powerful gust of wind condensed in front of Kongarang's palm, and he slapped Li Feng's great fireball with one palm, punching the fireball through and opening up a hole. Such a strong wind style. Li Feng's eyes narrowed slightly and he began to make some small moves secretly. In a head-on confrontation, Li Feng is probably no match for Sogoro. He can only choose to outwit him. After rushing out of the fireball, Kongarang came to Li Feng in an instant. He clenched his fists with both hands, and strong winds swirled around him, and he hit Li Feng quickly with both fists. Li Feng kept raising his sword to parry, and the blade collided with Sogoro's fist, making a sound of metal collision. The reason is that the wind style surrounding Sogoro's fist. Kid, you have a good brain. Konguro suddenly said this, which gave Li Feng a bad feeling. But lousy is a sensory ninja. Sogoro suddenly changed direction and punched a sand shinobi not far away. Poof! Sand shinobi instantly spurted out a mouthful of blood and flew backwards, hitting the earth wall. Later, this sand shinobi transformed into Li Feng. Ahem! Li Feng coughed up a few more drops of blood, wiped the corners of his mouth and stood up. At the moment when Sogoro broke through the fireball, Li Feng used shadow clone technique and transformation technique while Sogoro's vision was blocked by the flames. Shadow clone stayed where he was, while he used the transformation technique to transform into a sand shinobi to distance himself, ready to attack with chidori or Rasengan at any time. But Li Feng didn't expect that this Kongarang was actually a sentient ninja. Li Feng didn't see clearly who sand shinobi's sentient ninja was before, but now he knows clearly. This big guy is really difficult to deal with. Li Feng stared at Kongarang closely, thinking quickly about countermeasures. This guy has high attack power and thick blood, and ordinary methods can't deal with it at all. Perhaps, the dark chakra can catch Guro off guard. So Li Feng put away the Kusanagi sword and formed seals with his hands so fast that afterimages appeared. This kid, how fast is the formation of seals? Kong Wulong was surprised for a moment, then stepped on the ground and rushed towards Li Feng, setting off a gust of wind. Lightning-style chidori. Li Feng turned on Sharingan, and at the same time, violent thunder and lightning condensed in his palm, and the harsh sound sounded like hundreds of birds chirping. However, Li Feng's chidori this time seems not as powerful as the one he used before. Sharingan, are you from the Uchiha clan? Sogoro was shocked when he looked at Li Feng's 3-tomo Sharingan. But, kid, don't you know Feng Clay? Kongarang sneered again, and then started to form seals, wind-style Gangfang fist. Sogoro's fist was like a small tornado, blowing the clothes of the two people. At this moment, the chidori in Li Feng's hand suddenly became more intense, and the originally blue thunder and lightning turned into black. It's the dark chakra. Li Feng originally only used half of the chakra required by chidori to form chidori, and then injected the dark chakra provided to him by the stone statue. Dark chakra is more powerful than ordinary chakra, and the power of the ninjutsu formed is naturally different. Originally, Li Feng did not plan to use the dark chakra too early, but the danger on the battlefield was beyond his expectation. Kogoro was too difficult to deal with. If he didn't take out some trump cards, he might be killed by Kogoro. Lightning-style dark chidori. Li Feng sprinted towards the attacking Sogoro, and the black chidori in his hand seemed to tear everything around him apart. What is this? Kongoro looked at the black lightning in Li Feng's hand and felt something bad, but it was too late to hide at this time. Boom! Zizizi. Kogoro's fist hit Li Feng's shoulder, and Li Feng's dark chidori stabbed Kogoro hard in the chest. Boom! Li Feng was directly hit by the powerful impact and hit the earth wall, and his whole body sank about 3 meters. Ah! Dark chidori spread throughout Kogoro's body, and he screamed instantly, bleeding from all his orifices, and his whole body was paralyzed and unable to move. Ahem. Li Feng struggled to climb out of the wall despite the severe pain, and his trembling hands slowed down a bit in the seal formation. He wanted to take advantage of Kogoro's whole body being paralyzed by lightning to quickly get rid of Kogoro. Fire-style Great Fireball technique. In an instant, Kogoro's entire body was engulfed by a huge fireball. When the fireball dispersed, Kogoro had become a charred corpse, lying on the ground without the breath of life. Cough cough cough. Poof. Li Feng spat out another mouthful of blood. Although he successfully eliminated Kogoro, he was also seriously injured and was not much better. I'm afraid that apart from the leader, the strongest member of this Sand Shinobi team is Sogoro, right? Li Feng, who had killed Kogoro, quickly turned his attention to the carriages transporting supplies. At this time, one of the 3 carriages here had been successfully destroyed, and the other 2 were desperately guarded by Sand Shinobi. The outnumbered Konaha shinobi were helpless for the moment. The Sand Shinobi were worried about the supplies behind them and did not dare to take the initiative to attack the Konaha shinobi. Li Feng dragged his heavy body and rushed towards the carriage at the front. Fire style. Li Feng, be careful. Yu Lang's voice reached Li Feng's ears clearly. He stopped forming seals in his hands and looked towards the source of the voice. Chang. I saw that Yu Lang had come behind Li Feng and raised his knife to block a Sand Shinobi who was about to attack Li Feng. What are you thinking? This is a battlefield, don't relax even a little bit. Moon Wolf forced back the Sand Shinobi who sneak attacked Li Feng with one blow, and shouted at Li Feng without looking back. Sorry, you, be careful. Li Feng suddenly saw the Sand Shinobi leader slashing at Yu Lang from the side, so he immediately reminded him. I saw it. Yu Lang quickly turned around and resisted the leader's attack. You continue to destroy the supplies, and I will stop the 2 of them. Yu Lang said to Li Feng through gritted teeth. The strength of the Sand Shinobi leader is definitely not inferior to him, and Moon Wolf is also very struggling at this time. Now that another Sand Shinobi Jonin is added, Moon Wolf thinks he is invincible. Captain Moon Wolf. Li Feng also saw that Moon Wolf could not withstand the 2 men's joint attack, so he wanted to stay and help Moon Wolf, even if it was just to contain the Jonin who sneaked up on him. Wind. Execute the order. Yes. Li Feng clenched his fists, turned around and prepared to destroy a carriage as quickly as possible, and then hurried back to help Yu Lang. Wind-style wind movement. Sand Shinobi's leader's speed suddenly increased a lot, and he flexibly avoided Moon Wolf and stabbed Li Feng with his knife. And Li Feng, his back was turned to the team leader at this time. Li Feng. It was too late for Yu Lang to stop the leader, so he made a decision that even the leader could not imagine. PFF'd. Li Feng first heard Yu Lang's roar, and then heard the sound of the sword piercing flesh behind him. Li Feng looked back instantly. The sight in front of him made his pupils shrink sharply and his mind went blank. Yu Lang stood behind him, and a long knife pierced Yu Lang's body. The tip of the knife was facing Li Feng, still dripping with blood. Li Feng. You kid, move away first. Yu Lang tightly grasped the leader's knife hand, blood overflowing from the corner of his mouth. You're so stupid as a captain for blocking a knife for a brat. The team leader sneered and mocked Yu Lang. He wanted to pull the knife out of Yu Lang's body, but found that he couldn't pull it out. Poof. Yu Lang spat out another mouthful of blood at this time. At this moment, Li Feng looked at Yu Lang standing in front of him, and his whole body began to tremble. The Sharingan automatically turned on and started spinning rapidly. As the three jet black Magatama were rotating, they began to merge and change into other patterns. The original Magatama turned into a gear-like pattern. Mangekyo Sharingan, awaken. You cubs, go to hell for lousy. Susanoo. Li Feng's chakra suddenly erupted, and the silver-white skeleton instantly enveloped Li Feng and Moon Wolf, followed by the skull's head and arms. Silvery white, this is Li Feng's Susanoo. At this time, Li Feng was extremely angry and sad, and his strong emotional fluctuations caused his Sharingan to directly awaken into Mangekyo. What is this? The leader looked at the scene in front of him in horror, and used all his strength to throw away Yu Lang's hand. Since Uchiha Madara disappeared from the ninja world, no one has seen the true appearance of Mangekyo Sharingan, and the team leader naturally does not know what the silver-white skeleton in front of him is. But the only thing he knows now is that the kid in front of him is actually from the Uchiha clan. He just saw Sharingan. Chapter 31. This is Susanoo. Li Feng, Moon Wolf, who had a strong bow and a weak crossbow, pulled out the long knife from his abdomen with difficulty and turned around. What he saw was Li Feng's angry Mangekyo Sharingan. As Anbu's squad leader, he naturally knows this information. Mangekyo Sharingan, Hitomi, and Susanoo, he has the authority to inquire about these. Unexpectedly, his actions caused Li Feng to awaken Mangekyo Sharingan. It seems that my choice is correct. Li Feng, you are indeed worthy of me. Under Susanoo's protection, Yu Lang felt particularly at ease. Captain Moon Wolf, leave the rest to me. Li Feng took off his coat and temporarily bandaged Moon Wolf's abdomen, and then walked towards the two leaders of Sand Shinobi. Then, what is that? What kind of ninjutsu is this? Why have I never seen it before? That guy is from Konaha, right? The captain is in danger. Sand Shinobi, who was guarding the carriage, also noticed this, and was all afraid of Li Feng's Susanoo. Konaha Shinobi also saw this scene. Is that Uchiha Li Feng? What is this tall skeleton? Why is Captain Moonwolf so seriously injured? But then the two sides began to fight fiercely again, and there was no time to look at Li Feng's side. The two leaders couldn't help but swallow when they looked at the tall Susanoo. They were a little afraid of the unknown, but they couldn't back down. Their goal is to protect the supplies sent to the front line. Even if they die here, they must ensure the safety of the supplies. Wind-style vacuum Dayama. Wind-style thousand-faced wind. The Sand Shinobi leader and the Sand Shinobi who had previously attacked Li Feng used wind-style ninjutsu at the same time. Li Feng faced these two wind-style ninjutsu without hesitation. The strong wind hit the silver-white Susanoo, but it could not hurt Susanoo at all. It's my turn. Li Feng looked a little ferocious and rushed to the leader of Sand Shinobi in an instant. Susanoo grabbed the leader with his right hand. The team leader was about to hide aside, but at this moment Li Feng shouted, "Woe to God!" At the same time, Li Feng's right eye shed a drop of blood and tears. The team leader instantly felt like he couldn't move. He was clearly conscious, but his body just couldn't move. This is the pupil technique of Li Feng's right eye, divine disaster. It can erode the opponent's nerves and make the opponent unable to control his body. Just like that, the leader could only watch as the silver-white skeleton arms grabbed him. Li Feng looked up at the Sand Shinobi leader in his hand, his eyes full of murderous intent towards him. It was this cub who hurt Captain Moon Wolf. It was him who asked Captain Moon Wolf to block the knife for him. With overwhelming murderous intent, Li Feng controlled Susanoo's palm and clenched it tightly, causing the leader of Sand Shinobi to blush instantly. PFF'd. The next second, a burst of blood mist splashed from Susanoo's hand, and the broken body of the Sand Shinobi leader was scattered on the ground. Monster. The other Jonin turned around and ran away, forgetting about the task of guarding the supplies. The team leader's death was so tragic that he didn't want his body to be broken into pieces. Want to run. Li Feng did not rush to chase, but Mangekyo's left eye began to spin and shed a tear of blood. Takamagahara. In an instant, Li Feng appeared in front of the Sand Shinobi with the huge Susanoo. Susanoo raised the skeleton arm and punched the Sand Shinobi into the ground. The blood-red Sand Shinobi lay on the broken ground, looking extremely dead. Not everyone can resist Susanoo's fist. However, just to be on the safe side, Li Feng took another punch before he felt relieved. Li Feng was able to catch up with Sand Shinobi in an instant because of the pupil technique in his left eye, Takamagahara. The function of this pupil technique is to plant a mark within your field of vision, and you can immediately teleport to the mark no matter where you are. Just now, Li Feng directly planted a mark on Sand Shinobi's body with his left eye, and then teleported directly there. This is equivalent to a high-end version of the Flying Thunder God technique, which can be marked without touching it. Suddenly, Li Feng covered his eyes in pain, and Susanoo also disappeared. This is his first time using Mangekyo, and he hasn't gotten used to it yet. When he opened his eyes again, Li Feng felt that his vision was slightly blurred. But now he didn't care about it and quickly turned around and ran towards Moon Wolf. At this time, Yu Lang was kneeling on the ground holding the short sword. Li Feng's coat tied to his abdomen also fell to the ground, covered in blood. And around Moon Wolf, there were several corpses of Sand Shinobi. "Captain Yu Lang, how are you?" Li Feng ran to Yu Lang and helped Yu Lang. I'm fine. A few Sand Shinobi attacked me just now, and they were killed by me, ahem. Moon Wolf had difficulty speaking now, and a large amount of blood was already flowing out of his abdomen. But an injured lion cannot be provoked by ants. The Sand Shinobi lying on the ground is the best proof. Li Feng, if I can't go back, give my forehead protector and knife to my wife. Yu Lang looked at Li Feng with a hint of pleading in his eyes. "Captain Yu Lang, you will definitely be able to return to the village smoothly." Li Feng gritted his teeth and held on to Yu Lang's arm. "I understand my current physical condition. Okay, go and carry out the mission. There must be no mistakes in this mission. This is much more important than my life, ahem." Yu Lang pushed Li Feng's hand and asked him to destroy the carriage. "Captain Moon Wolf." Li Feng, Captain Moon Wolf. Kui came here with more than a dozen people at this time and saw Li Feng and the seriously injured Moon Wolf. "Kui, what's going on behind the scenes?" Yu Lang raised his head and asked Kui. "Captain Moon Wolf, we tried our best to destroy most of the supplies, but there are only 11 of us left, and Sarutobi Momikawa and Hyuga Wei all died." Kui reported the results to you with a gloomy face. "Wolf. Captain Moon Wolf, let's leave quickly. The Sand Shinobi behind us is almost chasing him." Kui's chakra was almost exhausted and he said quickly to Moon Wolf. "Okay, since most of the supplies behind have been destroyed, there is no need for people to sacrifice for this little thing." Ahem. After Moon Wolf finished speaking, he ordered the Konaha shinobi who besieged the carriage to retreat. "You guys retreat quickly, I'll try to buy you some time." Yu Lang used the short sword to support his body and stood up, but the bloodline on his abdomen was shocking. Captain Moon Wolf. Kui didn't expect that Moon Wolf would be so seriously injured and would even stay to cut off their queen. "Brother Kui, take Captain Yu Lang with you. I'll take care of the rest." At this time, Li Feng stood up. "Li Feng, what are you doing?" Yu Lang really wanted to give Li Feng a kick at this time, but his body no longer supported him in doing so. "Li Feng, you." Kui also felt that it was inappropriate for Li Feng to stay and break up. "Brother Kui, take Captain Moon Wolf away." Li Feng turned around and opened the 3 Magatama, glared at Kui, and then turned back without hesitation. It was the first time Kui saw Li Feng like this, and when he saw Li Feng being so decisive, he had better carry Yu Lang on his back, and said to Li Feng, "Come back safely. Don't worry, you can leave quickly." Li Feng believes that he is the only candidate to keep Duanhu. Moon Wolf was seriously injured, Kui's chakra was almost exhausted, Sarutobi Momikawa and Hyuga Gray had both been sacrificed, and no one else could take on this burden. And he has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan, and even if Li Feng's own chakra is exhausted, he can still use the more powerful dark chakra. Besides, Li Feng hasn't used the 9-faced beast yet. At this time, dozens of Sand Shinobi were already heading here to kill. "Li Feng, get back here." Yu Lang, who was on Kui's back, yelled at Li Feng with all his strength. "Brother Kui, get out," Li Feng shouted without looking back. Kui gritted his teeth as he looked at the Sand Shinobi who were chasing him, then turned around and left with the surviving Konaha Shinobi, carrying Moon Wolf on his back. "You guys, Lousy is here to have some fun with you." Li Feng pulled out the Kusanagi sword and opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Takamagahara. In an instant, all the dozens of Sand Shinobi in front of him were marked by Li Feng. At the same time, Li Feng's vision in his left eye deteriorated again. Gao Tianyuan's pupil technique consumes pupil power when marking, but not when teleporting. Uchiha Flow Fire Dance. With Yanwu paired with Gao Tianyuan, Li Feng kept shuttling around the crowd, taking away the life of a sand shinobi every time he teleported. In the blink of an eye, more than a dozen sand shinobi were killed by Li Feng without reacting. They didn't even know how Li Feng suddenly appeared in front of them. Little brats of Konaha, don't be so arrogant. Jonin from the rear of the team also came to support, and most of the supplies were destroyed. At this moment, they wanted to cut Li Feng, who stayed here, to death with 1,000 knives. Facing Jonin again, this time Li Feng had no scruples. His strength after awakening Mangekyo was a qualitative leap. Li Feng, who had activated Mangekyo, already had the confidence to compete with Hokage Sakumo. Although Hokage Sakumo's knife is fast and accurate, if I take out Susanoo, how should you respond? Gao Tianyuan. Li Feng's left eye rotated again, and an invisible mark silently hit Jonin's body. Susanoo. The silver-white skeleton took shape again, but this time Li Feng directly used the second stage of Susanoo, added meridians and flesh to the skeleton, and put on a layer of chakra coat. At the same time, a large sword appeared in Susanoo's right hand. It was different from the ordinary Susanoo's sword. This sword was longer and wider, and full of killing aura. This is Li Feng Susanoo's exclusive artifact, Budu Yuhun, the knife of killing god. Sand Shinobi Jonin suddenly stopped in place when he saw this scene. He was also afraid of this unknown and huge thing. This is. Jonin's eyes widened, he had never seen anything like this. What made him even more unpredictable was that Li Feng suddenly appeared in front of him. Cut. Li Feng Susanoo's right hand Buto Yuhun slashed directly at Jonin's face. Facing this Budo Yuhun that exuded a chilling aura, Sand Shinobi Jonin was filled with fear. He felt as if he was in a sheer field full of deathly aura, and completely forgot to avoid it. Laugh. The long knife fell, and the Sand Shinobi Jonin was directly chopped into pieces by Li Feng. This is the 6th Jonin that Li Feng has killed. After killing Jonin, Li Feng removed Susanoo, covering his eyes and looking very weak, and fled quickly in the opposite direction to Kui and others' retreat. The knife he just struck must have used up the last of his chakra. Chase him quickly. Revenge for the adults. The supplies we escorted have been destroyed by Konaha's fools. We must catch this brat and break his limbs. The surviving Sand Shinobi instantly felt that they were okay again and began to chase Li Feng frantically. Li Feng's chakra is indeed exhausted, Mangekyo is also a bit overdrawn, and it is impossible to use Susanoo again in a short time. But, he still has the dark chakra, and the nine-faced beast has not taken action. While leading Sand Shinobi away, Li Feng entered his own spiritual world, but his body was still running steadily. After entering the spiritual world, he saw that the stone statue had no light. This was because his chakra was exhausted. But Li Feng didn't pay attention to this. He looked into the eyes of the stone statue. As expected, the eyes of the stone statue also turned into Mangekyo. Li Feng's purpose of entering the spiritual world was of course not just to look at the eyes of the stone statue. He raised his hand to control the dark chakra behind the stone statue, leading them to the eyes of the stone statue and wrapping them. The purpose of his doing this is to use the dark chakra to nourish Mangekyo so that Mangekyo's eye power can slowly recover. He discovered long ago that the dark chakra can affect Sharingan. But he was only a second Magatama at that time, and the accumulation of dark chakra only made his Sharingan consume less pupil power. Now that Mangekyo has awakened, Li Feng is convinced that the dark chakra can restore Mangekyo's eye power. This is also the reason why he used Susanoo and Gao Tianyuan unscrupulously just now. Li Feng kept running forward and took Sand Shinobi for a long distance. After feeling that it was almost done, Li Feng stopped. Run, kid, aren't you pretty good at running? Seeing Li Feng stop, the Sand Shinobi thought Li Feng was exhausted, so they took out their kunai and ninja swords and approached Li Feng. Li Feng turned his head at this time, raised the corners of his mouth slightly, and smiled a little weirdly. The Sand Shinobi were frightened by Li Feng's smile. Could it be that this kid can still fight? Is it possible that this kid can still summon that terrifying white giant? It's your turn to perform, nine-faced soup. Okay. Li Feng formed a seal with his hands, and 4 chakra circles appeared behind him. Inside the 4 circles were the 4 characters Kong, Zan, Zhu, and Bai. That's right. After awakening Mangekyo Sharingan, the character, Bai, which represents the white tiger, also lights up. 9-sided Su-Poke. Maybe it should be called 4-sided Su-Poke now. What is this? The Sand Shinobi were a little numb when they saw the 4 big characters behind Li Feng. This kid from Konaha could always come up with something they had never seen before. At this time, the Golden Snake, Black Tortoise, Suzaku, and White Tiger also emerged from the chakra circle and simultaneously attacked the Sand Shinobi. It's Summoningmon. Why was his Summoningmon summoned like this? Once again, it was beyond the knowledge of the Sand Shinobi. They stopped thinking about it and began to concentrate on dealing with the 9-faced beast's attack. Hiss. The Golden Snake ran rampant among the Sand Shinobi crowd, and its tail could directly whip Sand Shinobi until his internal organs ruptured. Suzaku kept hovering above the Sand Shinobi, swooping down from time to time and tearing apart an unlucky Sand Shinobi. White Tiger's attack power and speed are very powerful. Sand Shinobi who is targeted by White Tiger will definitely not survive for 5 seconds. Xuanwu's speed on land is a bit slow, but its defense is ridiculously strong. The Sand Shinobi can't break its defense by any means. On the other hand, Xuanwu can kill or maim a Sand Shinobi with one slap. What the hell is this? How can you fight that bird that keeps flying in the sky? Why is this turtle's shell so hard? My knife almost broke. Don't worry about the knife for now, my leg is severed, please help me. This group of Sand Shinobi were beaten terribly by the 4 9-faced beasts, and they had no idea how to deal with them. Within 10 minutes, the group of Sand Shinobi were slaughtered by the 9-faced beast. The 9-faced beast was taken back by Li Feng, who squatted on the ground and gasped. There is a lot of dark chakra needed to summon the 9-faced beast, and now Li Feng's dark chakra doesn't have much left. At this time, Li Feng heard movement in the jungle not far away. Li Feng quickly took off Konaha's forehead protector and set off a fire to burn it. Then he grabbed a Sand Shinobi forehead protector and put it on his forehead, and put a Sand Shinobi clothes on himself. Feeling that this was not safe enough, Li Feng picked up a kunai on the ground, gritted his teeth and made 3 scratches on his body, imitating the marks made by Suzaku. At this time, you must be cruel to yourself. This is the rear of the Sand Shinobi camp. The noise just heard was probably Sand Shinobi's reinforcements. After doing all this, Li Feng lay on the ground and pretended to be unconscious. Sure enough, after a while, a Sand Shinobi troop arrived here. This, Konaha's large army is clearly fighting with the army led by Chiyo-sama. Why is there no one left in our supply team escort? Jonin, who led the team, looked at the tragic scene in front of him. He didn't understand. What kind of capital does Shiro Konaha have to kill the supply team like this? Is it possible that you are not from Konaha? It's possible that Rock Shinobi and Cloud Shinobi are not good birds either. Lord Ji Yu-Chu, there are still people alive. Suddenly, the sensory ninja next to the team leader Ji Yu-Chu whispered. Find it out. Ji Yu-Chu was happy when he heard this, but he was a little wary. Master Ji Yu-Chu, it's this child. The sensing ninja stepped forward and turned Li Feng over on the ground. He saw the Sand Shinobi forehead protector on Li Feng's forehead and the scratches on his chest. Ji Yu-Chu knelt down and stared at Li Feng for a while, then stood up and looked towards the back of the team. Here comes a medical ninja. Treat this child. After Ji Yu-Chu shouted, a medical ninja came from behind the team. Leave it to me, Lord Ji Yu-Chu. The medical ninja stepped forward, first used the healing technique on Li Feng, and then bandaged Li Feng's wound. Take a rest here for the time being. Ji Yu-Chu shouted to the Sand Shinobi behind him, and then said to his deputy, you lead a team of people to explore the surroundings from here. The team escorting supplies cannot be like this, people. Perhaps they stayed and died later, while the team escorting the supplies had already left here. Or maybe others have experienced something unexpected as well. Following Ji Yu-Chu's order, the deputy immediately led people to search the surrounding area. A short time later, the deputy returned with someone. Lord Gupcho, we found the bodies of our companions, destroyed supplies and the body of Konaha Shinobi not far away. The deputy reported to Gupcho quickly. Is this so? It's really Konaha. Ji Yu-Chu sat on a stone with a sad expression, and suddenly hit the stone angrily. Lord Chiyo was worried about the safety of the supplies, so he sent him to lead a team to receive the supplies. Unexpectedly, when I rushed over, it was already too late. Ahem. Li Feng also felt that it was almost time, so he pretended to cough twice and woke up. Lord Ji Yu Chu. He's awake. The medical ninja raised his head and said to Ji Yu Chu. What happened here? Why are you the only one in the entire team who was killed? Seeing Li Feng wake up, Ji Yu Chu quickly grabbed Li Feng's shoulders and asked. Cough cough cough. Sir, be gentle. Li Feng pretended to be weak and coughed crazily. Ji Yu Chu also felt that he was too excited and retracted his hand in embarrassment. He took the water bag from his waist and handed it to Li Feng. Thank you. Li Feng took the water bag, raised his head and drank a few sips, then pretended to cough, cough 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 cough. Slow down, slow down. Li Feng finished drinking the water and handed the water bag back to Ji Yu Chu. He was indeed a little thirsty after such a fierce battle. Kid, tell me what's going on here. Sir, I don't know how Konaha got the information about us escorting supplies and ambushed us in front. We were directly separated by a very powerful earth-style ninjutsu, and then many Konaha shinobi invaded our area and forcibly destroyed the supplies. It seemed that all the places behind were lost, and those of us were hunted down by Konaha. They also have a very strong summoning beast. One bird killed many of us. I was also injured by that bird, and then I was thrown away and fell to the ground. I lost consciousness after that. I didn't expect that they were all killed. Li Feng pretended to be very sad, with a cry in his voice. Konaha actually still has the energy to ambush our supplies. Ji Yu Chu fell into deep thought. The deputy found Konaha shinobi's body, indicating that it was indeed Konaha shinobi's work. He also dispelled his doubts about Li Feng. How could a teenager kill dozens of teams including Jonin? Child, do you know who is leading the team in Konaha? Ji Yu Chu asked Li Feng again. I don't know, but there was a Hyuga ninja who attacked our area. When Ji Yu Chu heard Li Feng's answer, he turned to look at the deputy. Master Gukcho, we did find the body of a Hyuga ninja. The deputy nodded and continued, the Byakugan of that Hyuga ninja has self-destructed. It is definitely someone from the Hyuga branch house. After confirming the general situation, Ji Yu Chu's face was solemn. From this point of view, it was only a matter of time before Sand Shinobi lost to Konaha. The large army was fighting the army led by Lord Chiyo in the front, and they still had enough energy left to kill almost all of their escorting supply team. How could Sand Shinobi attack Konaha? That little girl, take care of the wounded. Ji Yu Chu turned around and called out a teenage girl from his team. This girl has brown eyes and yellow and green hair tied into a bun. Child, what's your name? When the girl came over, Ji Yu Chu asked Li Feng's name again. Sir, my name is Feng Li. Li Feng casually reversed his real name. Okay, Feng Li, you have a good rest first, and we will get to know the situation before returning to the base camp. At this time, the girl called out by Ji Yu Chu also came over, took Li Feng to rest under a big tree. Li Feng was very satisfied with his acting skills. At this time, he really wanted to give himself an award. Feng Li, right, my name is Yi Kang. If you need anything, just tell me. Li Feng paused after hearing this. He was just thinking about why this girl looked so familiar. She turned out to be Yi Kang, the future hero of Sand Shinobi, but ended up becoming a victim. Yi Kang, a talented ninja with the Scorch-style blood inheritance limit, made great contributions to Tsunade. In the end, because 4th Kage Rasa wanted to have a truce with Mist Shinobi, he became a victim of interests and died in the hands of the Mist Shinobi. If not, maybe Yi Kang can reach Cage level in the future. Thank you, Yi Kang. Li Feng nodded in thanks. He must find an opportunity to slip away. Now Ji Yu Chu has no way to verify Li Feng's identity. Once he returns to the Sand Shinobi base camp or Tsunade, Li Feng will inevitably be exposed. At that time, no matter how many cards Li Feng has, he will still be unable to defeat 4 hands with 2 fists. Take some Bing Liang pills. Yi Kang took out his own Bing Liang pills and handed them to Li Feng. Thank you. Li Feng's eyes lit up. This Bing Liang pill was just enough to restore some chakra to him so that he could escape from this wolf's den. After taking 2 Bing Liang pills, Li Feng felt that eating these pills was like chewing wax. Later, Yi Kang handed her the water bag again. Ah, no, thank you. Li Feng subconsciously wanted to take it, but thinking that Yi Kang was a girl, it was not appropriate for him to drink water from someone else's water bag. Yi Kang took back his water bag and sat next to Li Feng, feeling a bit at a loss. She had lived alone since she was a child and didn't know how to take care of others. Now she was assigned the task of taking care of Feng Li, and she didn't know what she should do. Feng Li, which class of student are you from? I don't think I've seen you before. Yi Kang asked curiously. I am from the 21st class. At this time, Li Feng must not hesitate and must give an answer quickly, otherwise it will definitely arouse the suspicion of the people around him. No wonder, I am from the 23rd class. Yi Kang looked like he suddenly understood. Li Feng secretly breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that he was lucky. Yi Kang also looked stupid when he was a child. However, if you say that you are a student in the same class as Yi Kang, you can also ask which class Yi Kang is in first, and then say that you are in a class farther away, and it will make sense. After all, some classes are not on the same floor, so it is normal not to see them. Brother, I am in the 21st class, and I haven't seen you before. At this time, a sand shinobi came over, stared at Li Feng's face and said. At this moment, Li Feng really wanted to stab this guy who was joining in the fun with a knife. Ah, dude, which class are you in? What's your name? I am a sand snake from Class B. Class B, I'm from Class E. I usually stay in the class after class and I haven't seen you. Li Feng continued to make up. That's it, haha, I can't stay in the class after class. After the sand snake laughed twice, he was called to clean the battlefield. Li Feng secretly noted this guy's face in his mind and tried to see if he had a chance to kill this guy as he slipped away. At this time, most people, including Ji Yuchu, went to clean up the battlefield, but there were still many people left here. Although in Li Feng's eyes, they are all easy to deal with, if there is any movement, Ji Yuchu will definitely come quickly. It will be even harder to leave by then. Li Feng wanted to slip away, at least until the dark chakra recovered to the point where he could summon Suzaku. As the Suzaku is an air unit, it is difficult for Ji Yuchu and the others to prevent Li Feng from escaping on the Suzaku. So Li Feng calmed down and began to concentrate on restoring chakra. It was not until late at night that Li Feng's dark chakra was enough to summon Suzaku. At this time, Yi Kang had fallen asleep next to Li Feng. Li Feng felt uncomfortable with a girl leaning against him. In his last life, Li Feng had been working hard and had little contact with girls. When traveling to the Hokage world, the closest Li Feng came into contact with a girl was when he was punched away by Tsunade. Now that Yi Kang is leaning against him, Li Feng doesn't know whether he should push the girl away or what to do. After a while, a team cleaning the battlefield returned here to rest, and Li Feng saw among them the guys who had joined in the fun before. So Li Feng chose to push Yi Kang away gently and slowly walked towards the sand snake. The sand snake walked to a deserted place and sat under a tree to rest. What's wrong, brother? As soon as sand snake leaned under the tree, he looked up and saw Li Feng walking over. It's okay, buddy, let's chat with you. Li Feng sat next to him. Why don't you sit with a girl and come to chat with me in the middle of the night? Sand snake joked. We are all classmates in the same period, let's chat. Li Feng looked like a sunny boy. What do you want to talk about? It's nothing, I just want to say something that comes from the bottom of my heart to you. Ha ha ha, you're going to take out a man like me. Before Sand Snake could finish his words, his eyeballs suddenly protruded and his mouth was tightly covered by Li Feng. And a kunai was pierced into the Sand Snake's back. The location where the kunai penetrated was the Sand Snake's heart. Under the cover of darkness, no one noticed that the sand snakes had been killed by Li Feng. After doing all this, Li Feng quietly put down the body of the sand snake, wiped the kunai's blood with the sand snake's clothes, and put the kunai back into the ninja bag. Then Li Feng stopped staying and quickly disappeared into the jungle. Summoning technique Suzaku. Li Feng summoned Suzaku alone, stood on Suzaku's back and flew quickly towards Konaha's base camp. Someone accidentally raised his head and saw the rosefinch high in the sky, thinking it was just an ordinary bird. Including Yi Kang, who was sleeping. No one noticed that Li Feng had escaped. An hour later, Ji Yuchu came back with someone. Where is Feng Li? Ji Yuchu saw Yi Kang sleeping under the big tree, but did not see Li Feng's shadow. Little girl, where is Feng Li? After Ji Yuchu looked around to make sure there was no sign of Li Feng, he had a bad feeling in his heart, so he quickly woke up Yi Kang. Feng Li. Yi Kang rubbed his eyes and turned to look next to him. Where is Feng Li? Obviously, Feng Li has been resting next to him. Lord Ji Yuchu. Someone was killed. At this time, the sand snake's half-cooled body was finally discovered. Let me take a look. Ji Yuchu walked anxiously and saw the hideous-looking corpse of the sand snake. Why is the sand snake dead? I thought he was asleep. Sand Shinobi, who was resting not far away, also looked frightened. There was only a bonfire lit in front of the place, and with the weak firelight, it was impossible to see the sand snake's face and the blood under his body. In addition, Sand Snake always offended people with his words, and no one went to look for him, so no one noticed the death of Sand Snake and the departure of Li Feng. There's something wrong with that Feng Li. Ji Yuchu subconsciously glanced at the sleepy Yi Kang, then turned back and sighed. There was no point in blaming Yi Kang at this time. The task he gave Yi Kang was to take care of Feng Li, not to monitor Feng Li. Ji Yuchu regretted that he had underestimated this Feng Li, and that he had basically let down his guard against this teenage brat. So, all these dozens of sand shinobi were killed by this teenage brat. Ji Yuchu secretly shed a drop of cold sweat. A teenage brat in Konaha can kill dozens of sand shinobi including Jonin. How terrifying is Konaha? Yi Gura had also woken up in shock. She also didn't expect that the companion she had taken care of for such a long time turned out to be a Konaha shinobi. And the corpses all over the ground were all done by that guy. From this point of view, Feng Li, who had been resting next to him, was fully capable of killing her. She was first grateful that she was still alive, and then she felt guilty for it. She didn't even notice that something was wrong with him, and even fell asleep next to him without warning, giving him a chance to kill another sand shinobi and get out of here successfully. But that guy still had some conscience and didn't kill himself too. Feng Li. Yi Kang gritted his teeth. If he could meet this liar on the battlefield next time, he must go all out to kill him. I was actually deceived by Konaha shinobi. At this moment, Li Feng had escaped back to the Konaha camp. The large troops led by Hatake Sakumo and Tsunade were still fighting the sand shinobi troops led by Chiyo on the front line. At this time, there were not many people left in the camp. Kui and others have also retreated to the camp at full speed. Li Feng, you're back. Kui saw Li Feng jumping off Suzaku and hurriedly ran to him with a look of surprise on his face. He didn't expect that Li Feng actually escaped from Sand Shinobi. Originally, he was already preparing to report Li Feng's sacrifice to his superiors. Brother Kui, I'm back. Li Feng jumped off Suzaku and walked to Kui. He deliberately delayed his return for some time in order to make up a suitable reason for the nine-faced beast. On the way back, I encountered a secret realm and signed a summoning scroll. It should be reasonable, right? Kui didn't care about the existence of Suzaku. After all, he didn't know whether Li Feng had a summoning beast. Brother Kui, where is Captain Moonwolf? Hearing Li Feng's question, Kui's expression changed from surprise to sadness. Li Feng, Captain Moonwolf, couldn't hold on. Kui's voice became weaker and weaker. Kui's words hit Li Feng's heart like a bolt from the blue. Impossible. Captain Yulang is so strong. Li Feng couldn't accept it. Yulang was so strong, he shouldn't have been unable to hold on so quickly. Captain Moonwolf is too seriously injured, and the medical ninjas left in the camp don't know how to use healing jutsu. Kui roughly explained. Moonwolf's injuries are too serious. Ordinary medical ninjas do not know how to use advanced medical ninjutsu such as healing jutsu, and cannot fully treat Moonwolf's serious injuries. After a long battle, he blocked a knife for Li Feng, and then went through a long bumpy road. Even a strong man like Moonwolf could not hold on. So just when the medical ninja began to use healing techniques, Moonwolf left this world forever. Li Feng, Captain Moonwolf, asked me to hand these two things to you. Kui brought Li Feng into his tent and picked up 2 things from the table. These 2 items are Moon Wolf's saber and forehead protector. Li Feng, if I can't go back, give my forehead protector and knife to my wife. This is what Yu Lang said to Li Feng before he came back. It is difficult for Li Feng to accept that he really has to fulfill this promise. I understand. Li Feng took the forehead protector and knife and lowered his head slightly. Where is Captain Moonwolf's body? Still in the medical camp. Take me to see it. At Li Feng's request, Kui took him to the medical camp. Yu Lang's scarred body was still lying on the hospital bed, and the knife mark on his abdomen was particularly conspicuous. Li Feng didn't feel sad or angry, didn't shed tears, he just looked at the knife marks on Yu Lang's abdomen in silence. We will use a scroll to preserve Captain Moon Wolf's body and bring it back to the village for burial. Kui put his hand on Li Feng's shoulder and said softly. Yes. Li Feng responded and continued to stand there holding Yu Lang's forehead protector and knife in both hands. Although he and Yu Lang didn't get along for long, Yu Lang's death made him extremely sad. This was the first time he had been protected by someone in a real sense. He did not expect that Yu Lang, who had only been with him for a few days, would use his own body to block this knife for him. It is said that Anbu has no emotions, but Yu Lang is a man who cherishes his companions and values love and justice. Li Feng believed that even if it was not him who was standing there at that time, Yu Lang would block the knife for anyone. Maybe Moon Wolf isn't a good fit to join Anbu. Brother Kui, we must preserve Captain Yu Lang's body. After Li Feng finished speaking, he returned to his tent holding 2 things. Looking at the things on the table, Li Feng didn't know how to explain to Yu Lang's wife. Tell Moon Wolf's wife that he died to protect himself. No matter, even if Yu Lang's wife resents him for this, Li Feng can accept it. As for finding Moon Wolf's wife, it's not that difficult. As the captain of Anbu, Hokage Sakumo probably knows all the information about Anbu members. If it doesn't work, you can ask Sarutobi Hiruzen for help. Li Feng closed his eyes and sat cross-legged on the floor to recover chakra, but he couldn't calm down. The scene of Yu Lang shielding himself from the knife kept appearing in his mind like a slideshow. Grass. Li Feng slammed the ground. Now he really wanted to vent his emotions, but he couldn't. So Li Feng could only force himself to calm down as much as possible and restore chakra. I don't know how much time passed, but there was quite a movement in the camp. Li Feng opened his eyes when he heard the noise and walked out of the tent to check. By this time, it was already dawn. The movement in the camp turned out to be the return of a large force led by Hokage Sakumo and Tsunade. The number of people in the large army was somewhat smaller, and almost everyone was covered in glory, and some were helped back or carried on their backs. Li Feng rubbed his aching eyes and went straight to the command camp. As soon as Hokage Sakumo sat down, he looked up and saw Li Feng with an expressionless face. Li Feng, I already know the situation of this mission. You were really excellent. Yu Lang's death. I feel bad, but it was his own choice. I hope this matter will not become your inner demon or an obstacle to your spiritual practice. When he first returned to the camp, Kui had already reported the entire situation to Hokage Sakumo. Yes, Sakumo-sensei. By the way, your summoning beast. Hokage Sakumo was referring to Suzaku. Then Li Feng told Hokage the reason he made up, so that he could sign the summoning scroll reasonably and own 9 summoning beasts. Mangekyo Sharingan, use it as little as possible, your eyesight should have declined a lot now. Hokage Sakumo did not continue to care about the summoning beast, but reminded Li Feng about Mangekyo. Indeed, Li Feng's eyesight has declined a lot, but fortunately he can use the dark chakra to slowly restore it, although it is very slow. I'm very pleased that you have the courage to stay behind, and the ability to escape unharmed, Li Feng. Hokage Sakumo pondered for a while, then spoke again. I will apply to give you and Kuiji an S-class military exploit, and those who survive will also be richly rewarded. As for Sukiro and Sarutobi Momokawa, I will apply for as much pension as possible for their families. I also understand about Moon Wolf. In a few days, I will give you a leave to go back to Konaha and tell you the location of Moon Wolf's house. You can also go back and have a good rest. Thank you Sakumo-sensei. After talking with Hokage Sakumo, Li Feng returned to his tent. As soon as he entered, Tsunade came up on his back. Li Feng, are you injured? As soon as Tsunade entered the tent, he anxiously checked Li Feng's injury. Is this wound on the chest caused by the summoning beast? And why are your internal organs so badly damaged? Tsunade quickly understood Li Feng's physical condition and began to use healing jutsu on Li Feng. Under the treatment of Tsunade healing jutsu, Li Feng's body is improving at a speed visible to the naked eye. I heard that you took the initiative to stay and divorce your offspring. I admit that you are indeed brave, but have you ever thought about what would happen if you really died there? While Tsunade was treating Li Feng, he scolded him. Sister Tsunade, I am no longer who I used to be. Li Feng's voice was so calm that Tsunade couldn't help but look at Li Feng. At this moment, Tsunade's pupils narrowed suddenly, and she saw a pair of extremely coquettish Sharingan, and the 3 black Magatama had turned into a black gear. This is Mangekyo Sharingan. Are you awakened? Tsunade became more and more shocked and even forgot to continue treating Li Feng. Yes, Sister Tsunade, I have become stronger and I have the confidence to fight again. Tsunade no longer looked at Li Feng's Mangekyo Sharingan. She felt as if the rotating black gears were sucking her in and crushing her. The awakening method of Mangekyo Sharingan is to kill the person closest to you. As far as Tsunade knows, this is the awakening method of Mangekyo Sharingan. Is it possible that Namikaze Minato? Sister Tsunade, who did you listen to? Li Feng couldn't help but chuckle. It's not difficult to awaken Mangekyo Sharingan. Killing the people closest to you is pure nonsense, but the effect is similar. If you want to awaken Mangekyo Sharingan, you must have great emotional fluctuations in order for Sharingan to awaken. If you are forced to kill the people closest to you, you can probably get your emotions to this level. Maybe. You also need to have a strong belief. Is that so? Tsunade probably understood how Mangekyo Sharingan awakened. However, Tsunade didn't ask much about Li Feng's specific awakening method. She knew that Li Feng would never want to mention such a thing. But, as Mangekyo Sharingan of Uchiha bloodline, Li Feng has awakened, and Sage body of Senju bloodline, why has this kid not shown any signs of awakening? Although that kid Nawaki is the grandson of their grandfather, the ninja god Senju Hashirama, his talent is really mediocre and he can't awaken Sage body and wood style. Li Feng is extremely talented and a complete monster. Although he only has half of the Senju bloodline, he shouldn't have awakened by now, right? Uchiha, who also occupies half of the bloodline, has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. Forget it, if you want to blame it, you can only blame it on the fact that Sage body is too difficult to awaken. Over the years, few members of the Senju clan have actually awakened to the Sage body. Wood style is the exclusive blood inheritance limit of Senju Hashirama. How much stronger do you feel after awakening Mangekyo? Tsunade was a little curious about Li Feng's current strength. Escape from the hinterland of Sand Shinobi, even elite Jonin may not be able to do such a thing. If it was equivalent to 10 Nawaki before, it should be equivalent to 100 Nawaki now. Tsunade couldn't help but twitch the corner of her mouth when she heard this. When did her baby brother Nawaki become a unit of measurement? Say it nicely. I should be able to fight you, Tsunade-san. Okay, you still want to hit me, right? No, I don't dare. Li Feng didn't tell the truth. In fact, he felt that his current strength should be stronger than Tsunade. Susanoo is completely bug-like at this time, and it is a dimensionality reduction attack on ninjas below cage level. In the following days, Li Feng has been practicing fire style in the camp. With his unremitting efforts, he has initially mastered the fire extinguisher and fire dragon flame bomb. In the command camp at this time, Hokage Sakumo was looking at the battlefield map, touching his chin and thinking about something. Obviously, Sand Shinobi's supplies have been cut off, and the battle a few days ago has severely damaged their vitality. Why haven't they withdrawn their troops? Hokage Sakumo didn't understand why Sand Shinobi no longer had the ability to fight Konaha, but it was so late. Will not retreat. Sakumo-sama, report from the front line. Chiyo is leading the Sand Shinobi army to attack in our direction. A Konaha shinobi leader quickly reported. Inform Tsunade to organize the ninja army immediately and prepare to face the Sand Shinobi. In fact, Hokage Sakumo didn't quite understand. It was clear that Sand Shinobi no longer had the ability to fight Konaha, so why would it launch another attack at this time? Could it be that Sand Shinobi has formed an alliance with other ninja villages? A minute later, most of the Konaha shinobi including Li Feng had assembled, and a small number remained at the base camp. Li Feng stood in the team with itchy hands. His injury was almost healed, and Mangekyo Sharingan also recovered somewhat under the nourishment of the dark chakra. Li Feng then remembered that his stone statue had another ability that he had never used. This ability is to absorb chakra. As for why it has not been used, it is because Li Feng accidentally forgot it. This time during the war, Li Feng just wanted to test this ability. Unfortunately, this ability cannot directly absorb ninjutsu, but must absorb the chakra in the opponent's body. Moreover, the absorbed chakra cannot increase Li Feng's own chakra amount, but can only replenish Li Feng's chakra. This time when you participate in the war, don't show off to me anymore, do you hear me? Tsunade came to Li Feng at this time and pointed at Li Feng's nose. Don't worry, sister, I will be in no danger if I follow the army this time. Li Feng said with a sneer. Have you brought the antidote I gave you? Bring it with you. I still have to remind you, when you are poisoned, try to drink the antidote immediately, and be sure to stay away from the old woman Chiyo. Now that I know Sister Tsunade, I will clear out the miscellaneous soldiers and stay away from old woman Chiyo. Li Feng naturally knows how terrifying Chiyo's poison and puppetry are. He thinks he has the courage of a tiger, but he is not a tiger. Li Feng is still confident that an ordinary puppet master can handle a powerful poison with no solution. Such a puppet master should not be able to touch his skin. But Chiyo is one of Tsunagaku's top puppet masters, so it's not difficult to scratch Li Feng's skin. It's nothing to scratch the skin. What's scary is the poison that penetrates into the skin. If Li Feng was poisoned by Chiyo, Tsunade would not have time to prepare an antidote for him on the spot. At this time, Hokage Sakumo also came to the front of the team. Let's go. Meet the enemy. In the forest, Chiyo led an army of thousands of sand shinobi, rushing toward the Konaha camp in a menacing manner. Chiyo's face was gloomy, and his eyes were looking straight ahead, revealing endless killing intent. Sister, are you sure you want to fight again? Ebizo followed Chiyo with a very helpless tone. Sand Shinobi has now lost the ability to fight Konaha. Ebizo knows this very well, and he believes Chiyo understands it too. But at this time, Chiyo was blinded by hatred. We must fight. I must make Hokage Sakumo pay for his life. Chiyo clenched her fists, with only one thought left in her mind. That is, kill Hokage Sakumo. Hokage Sakumo killed her son and daughter-in-law in the war a few days ago. She pitied her young grandson Xie, who lost his parents at a young age. Therefore, Chiyo must let Hokage Sakumo be buried with her son and daughter-in-law. Sister, I am also very sad about the death of my nephew and the others. But you also have to think about other people. We can't take these thousands of sand shinobi to die. Compared to the current Chiyo, Ebizo is more rational. Ebizo, if you are afraid, take them back, and I will go find Hokage Sakumo to settle the score myself. My sand shinobi army is not weak either. Do you think we will lose to Konaha? Since the last war, Chiyo has always wanted to attack Konaha again. The purpose is not to win the war, but to kill Hokage Sakumo. Ebizo and other senior officials are also constantly trying to dissuade Chiyo, but Chiyo, whose son was killed, cannot listen at all. Even if the Sand Shinobi army does not dispatch, Chiyo will attack Konaha by herself. Ebizo and others were helpless. They could not watch Chiyo break into the Konaha camp alone. Moreover, the command of the army was in the hands of Chiyo, so Sand Shinobi could only bite the bullet and launch another attack. Just now was Ebizo's last attempt to dissuade him, but the result was not unexpected, and Chiyo still couldn't listen. Chiyo-sama, the Konaha army has been spotted ahead. The sensing ninja noticed the movement ahead and quickly reported to Chiyo. Everyone, prepare to fight. Ebizo gave the order on behalf of Chiyo. At this time, they also saw Hokage Sakumo and Tsunade in front of them, as well as the Konaha army behind them. Hokage Sakumo. The enemy was extremely jealous when they met. As soon as Chiyo saw Hokage Sakumo, she took out the scroll where the puppets were stored and summoned her 10 Chikamatsu people. I'll deal with Chiyo, you guys be careful. Hokage Sakumo's face was calm, and he reached out and pulled out the white fang short sword from behind. Then leave Ebizo to me. Since Hitachi Sakumo chose to face Chiyo, Tsunade shifted his target to Ebizo. Ebizo, like Chiyo, is Sunagaku's top puppet master. But what Tsunade is best at is beating the puppet master. Her medical skills are very good at dealing with the puppet master's poison, and her strange power can also destroy the puppet master's puppets more easily. Chiyo controlled a puppet holding a machete, and swung the machete at Hitachi Sakumo like crazy. Dang, dang, dang. Hitachi Sakumo did not flinch at all, and the white fang short sword in his hand could always block Chiyo's attacks reliably. At this time, another puppet threw out 2 iron whips, and Chiyo tried to control Hitachi Sakumo. But Hitachi Sakumo is not an ordinary ninja. He reacts very quickly, just like a squirrel in the forest. Chiyo's iron whip cannot touch him at all. But this was also expected by Chiyo. If Hitachi Sakumo could be easily controlled by her, he would not be worthy of being the supreme commander on the battlefield, and would not have the ability to kill his son and daughter-in-law. Thinking of his son and daughter-in-law who died tragically under Hitachi Sakumo's sword, Chiyo's attack became even more fierce. Except for the bull-headed puppet, all the other puppets besieged Hitachi Sakumo, and the bull-headed puppet guarded Chiyo to prevent Hitachi Sakumo from suddenly approaching Chiyo. This also shows that although Chiyo is no longer rational, her fighting skills have not weakened at all. The most dangerous time for a puppet master is when the enemy bypasses the puppet and gets close. The average puppet master has relatively weak melee combat capabilities. Once the enemy gets close, it will be difficult to fight against the enemy, and the puppet will not have time to pull back. And Hitachi Sakumo was still able to defend airtight under the siege of 9 puppets. On Li Feng's side, he chose to rush into the Sand Shinobi army with other Konaha shinobi. Let's show off my new ninjutsu, fire style, fire extinguishing. Li Feng quickly formed seals and sprayed out a wall of fire more than 10 meters from his mouth. The wall of fire quickly spread into a sea of fire. Because the distance was too close, the dozens of Sand Shinobi in front of Li Feng were swept into the sea of fire before they had time to react. The powerful fire is extinguished, and it is worthy of being a magical weapon of the Qing dynasty. Don't get carried away. Magnet-style golden spear. At this time, a young man of similar age to Li Feng flew toward Li Feng with placer gold under his feet, and at the same time released a high-speed rotating placer gold drill towards Li Feng. Li Feng quickly dodged to the side, but under the control of the young man, the sand gold drill actually changed its direction and tracked Li Feng. Prubic gold. Is it Luo Sha? Li Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. In his impression, the only person in the entire Hokage who can use placer gold is the future 4th Kage Luo Sha. Rasengan. Knowing that he could not avoid this placer gold drill, Li Feng simply condensed the Rasengan and planned to go head-on. Boom! The Rasengan collided violently with the placer gold drill bit. The moment the Rasengan exploded, the placer gold drill bit shattered and scattered into placer gold and fell to the ground. Rubbing his numb right hand, Li Feng turned to look at the young man standing on the placer gold. This boy has short brown hair and is wearing a black ninja suit and mesh-lined underwear. He is definitely Luo Sha. Luo Sha was not going to give Li Feng a chance to breathe. He condensed the placer gold into several small balls and flew them all towards Li Feng. He could see that this young man from Konaha was not someone ordinary people could deal with. If you let this guy continue to kill, I'm afraid that Genin on your side will suffer heavy casualties. Li Feng pulled out his Kusanagi sword and slashed at several gold placer balls flying towards him very quickly, but Luo Sha suddenly split the placer gold balls. Li Feng's Kusanagi sword penetrated directly through the body of the placer gold balls. In the past, placer gold balls were not chopped away. At this time, several placer gold balls had stopped in various directions around Li Feng. Magnet-style placer gold realm method. Suddenly, Luo Sha clasped his hands together, and several small gold balls exploded instantly, shooting out gold spikes in all directions. Li Feng was surrounded by these spikes and had no room to dodge. Susanoo. The silver-white skeleton instantly protected Li Feng, and the placer gold spikes could not penetrate the skeleton at all. I originally planned to hide it for a while, you guy. Li Feng's blood-red Mangekyo stared at Luo Sha, making Luo Sha feel scared. This is a Sharingan from the Uchiha clan. You are from the Uchiha clan. Luo Sha stopped looking into Li Feng's eyes and became more alert. He didn't expect that the guy with silver hair who looked like Hatake Sakumo's son was actually from the Uchiha clan. Luo Sha had heard a little about the power of Sharingan. It's just that Luo Sha has never seen a Sharingan with special patterns like Li Feng. He only knows that he should not look into this guy's eyes. At this time, Rasa did not know the existence of Mangekyo Sharingan. Uchiha Flow Fire Dance. The Kusanagi sword in Li Feng's hand ignited fire, splitting all the placer gold spikes around it. It's my turn to attack next. Li Feng, with his silver-white skeleton, ran towards Luo Sha like a cheetah seeing its prey. Luo Sha knew that the skeleton on Li Feng's body was very evil and that ordinary methods would not work at all, so he manipulated the sand pad under his feet to move back while looking for a way to defeat the enemy. Seeing Luo Sha choose to retreat, Li Feng sheathed the Kusanagi sword while running, and at the same time his hands turned into afterimage seals. Lightning-style chidori. Fast enough speed can bring out the full power of chidori, and lightning style can also increase Li Feng's speed. At this time, Susanoo was already in some trouble. Li Feng dispersed Susanoo and quickly rushed to Luo Sha with the chidori in his hand. Magnet-style golden shield. Luo Sha waved his hand, and Sha Jin quickly formed a wide shield to resist Li Feng's attack. Zitsa. Boom. The placer gold shield suddenly collapsed after holding on for a few seconds. At this time, the distance between Li Feng and Luo Sha was less than 1 meter. Even though Chidori's power has been somewhat diminished by the placer gold shield, such power is not something Luo Sha can withstand. Li Feng grinned and raised his hand to stab Luo Sha in the heart. Although killing Luo Sha may change the plot in the future, Li Feng does not intend to limit himself because of this. Just change, Li Feng has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan at the age of 13. With such a growth rate, Li Feng doesn't think he has anything to be afraid of. As for the eternal Mangekyo, Li Feng can absorb the pupil power through the stone statue, thereby directly forcibly upgrading the Mangekyo to the eternal Mangekyo. In this case, some people's eyes will be sacrificed, but Li Feng doesn't care about this. Back to reality, the chidori in Li Feng's hand accurately stabbed Luo Sha's heart, and Luo Sha's expression instantly became painful and twisted. But the next second, Luo Sha's body turned into placer gold and scattered all over the ground. At the same time, an eyeball floating in midair not far away turned into Luo Sha's figure. Luo Sha stared closely at Li Feng in front of him. Fortunately, he had prepared his third eye in advance, otherwise he would have been killed by Li Feng. How could this guy from Konaha be so pervert? He looks a few years younger than himself, right? Not to mention the skeleton with a shattering defense, this guy's own ninjutsu and speed alone caused him to suffer a lot. The gold dust that he was so proud of only lasted 6 seconds under this guy's lightning style. Looking at the placer gold scattered on the ground, Li Feng was not surprised. After all, Rasa is also the top genius of Tsunade, and will even take the position of 4th Kazekage in the future. How could he be killed so easily? Although he was killed by Orochimaru and Kimimaro before Konoha's collapse plan, there is absolutely no doubt about Rasa's strength. Luo Sha, who was almost killed, now had a smile on his lips. Magnet-style golden burial. Luo Sha opened his arms, and the area of 10 meters within a radius of Li Feng suddenly shook. Massive amounts of placer gold poured out from the ground, surrounding Li Feng tightly. Only Luo Sha and Li Feng were left in this area. All the Konoha shinobi and sand shinobi were afraid of being accidentally injured by these two monsters, so they withdrew a long distance and continued fighting. You'd better fall into my trap. I don't believe that your skeleton can still protect you under the strangulation of the sand gold burial. Go to hell. Luo Sha raised her right hand and then squeezed it hard. Following Luo Sha's movements, the placer gold began to shrink crazily, and Li Fengfeng's figure was completely invisible outside. Ha 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 ha. Luo Sha seemed to have seen Li Feng's crushed flesh and blood. Luo Sha gasped while looking at the sand dunes formed by placer gold. This ninjutsu had drained his chakra. Just when Luo Sha was about to control the placer gold to explode, the sand dunes formed by the placer gold suddenly shook violently. What's going on? Can't you kill that guy like this? Luo Sha's eyes widened. He couldn't believe that Li Feng could still survive under his own gold dust burial. The next second, the sand dune cracked open completely, and a tall silver-white figure appeared in front of Luo Sha. At this time, Susanoo is no longer a simple skeleton. It has become larger and has flesh and skin, but it still has no legs. And Li Feng stood among Susanoo, standing on the sand gold and looking down at Luo Sha. What the hell is this? Tell me. Luo Sha felt that none of this was real. He didn't understand why there was such a useful thing. His placer gold burial can twist metal into powder, how could it not be able to damage this thing even a little bit? Go to the Pure Land and ask Shinigami. Li Feng didn't bother to answer Luo Sha's question. Budo Yuhun, kill. The god of death's sword Budo Yuhun instantly appeared in Susanoo's hand, and then slashed it towards Luo Sha's face without hesitation. Luo Sha, who had exhausted her chakra, had no ability to dodge, and under the influence of Budo Yuhun's will, Luo Sha completely lost her resistance and just stood there dully waiting for death to come. Luasha. At this time, a sand shinobi team arrived. One of them rushed towards Luasha at the risk of his life, raised his leg and kicked Luasha far away. PFF'd. Budo Mithan fell, and Sand Shinobi, who rescued Rasa, had no time to avoid it and was chopped into pieces by Budo Mithan. Rasa was caught firmly by another Sand Shinobi. Captain Lu Yi. Other Sand Shinobi let out a mournful wail, looking at Li Feng with not only fear but also endless anger in his eyes. Do you still have a temper? Li Feng sneered. This scene reminded him of Moon Wolf who died for him. He could understand the mood of these Sand Shinobi, but that was what he had to do. Feng Li. A familiar and crisp voice sounded, and Li Feng looked towards the source of the sound. I saw that familiar voice standing directly in front of the Sand Shinobi team, glaring at Li Feng. This person is Yi Kang, who was previously responsible for taking care of Li Feng. She felt aggrieved. It was the first time she cared for someone else, but the person she took care of was a Konaha ninja. Scorch-style steam kill. Yi Kang released several Scorch-style fireballs after forming the seal. Feng Li, why did you lie to me? Yi Kang shouted angrily and controlled the Scorch-style fireball to attack Li Feng. Li Feng's face changed slightly. Has Yi Kang mastered the limits of Scorch-style at this time? But this is nothing to Li Feng. Li Feng's Susanoo holds the Budo Yuhun and kills all the Scorch-style fireballs with one sword. My name is not Feng Li. My name is Uchiha Li Feng. Li Feng did not attack again, but looked at Yi Kang in front of him and said, Yi Kang, thank you very much for taking care of me some time ago. I am not an ungrateful person. Although you are my enemy, I decided to let you go in order to repay you for taking care of me in the past few days. Li Feng. As he said this, Susanoo had already raised the Budo Yuhun again. Yi Kang was a little confused. Although she didn't disdain Li Feng's so-called repayment, didn't she want to let her go? Why do you regret it just after you say it? Wow. Budo Yuhun slashed again. Yi Kang thought that the target of this sword was himself, so he subconsciously raised his arm to block it in front of him. Ah, but Li Feng's knife was not aimed at her, but a Sand Shinobi behind Yi Kang's side. The aftermath of Budo Yuhun knocked Yi Kang flying out and landed next to his companion. Have you ever taken care of this guy from Konaha? Luo Sha asked Yi Kang in a cold voice as soon as he regained his footing and regained consciousness. What does it have to do with you? Yi Kang didn't want to mention this matter anymore. Luo Sha's tone was still questioning, and Yi Kang's expression also dropped. I will report this matter to the superiors. You are collaborating with the enemy. Luo Sha added, ignoring Yi Kang's emotional changes. Luo Sha, what do you mean? Yi Kang turned to look at Luo Sha, her eyes seemed to tear Luo Sha into pieces. Don't quarrel, you are companions. The team leader sternly stopped the two of them. Now we are on the battlefield, we are still facing powerful enemies, but you two are fighting among yourself here. With the captain's restraint, Luo Sha and Yi Kang no longer compete with each other. The reason why Rasa targeted Yi Kang so much was because he had just heard Yi Kang say from his own words that he had taken care of this Konaha shinobi who easily defeated him for a period of time. From this point of view, there is some intersection between Yi Kang, who is Sand Shinobi, and this guy from Konaha. Rasa, who was defeated physically and mentally by Li Feng, is not willing to treat Yi Kang as a companion. Yi Kang was already angry because Li Feng's true identity was a Konaha shinobi. Now Luo Sha said that she was a collaborator, and Yi Kang's emotions rose to the edge of explosion. In fact, Yi Kang cannot be blamed for everything. Taking care of Li Feng is the task given to Yi Kang by Ji Yuchu, and Yi Kang is just an executor. This was also the reason why Yi Kang felt aggrieved. Retreat first, we are no match for this guy. The captain made the decision and prepared to take Yi Kang, Luo Sha and others to retreat temporarily to avoid Li Feng. Although this guy from Konaha is similar in age to Hagura and Rasa, he is a bit stronger than these two. The captain recognized Rasa's strength. Even if he and Rasa were duel, as a Jonin, he might not be able to beat Rasa. And Luo Sha couldn't even scratch this guy's skin, and now he summoned this terrifying giant. The captain had no reason not to retreat. He felt that only Chiyo-sama or Kazekage-sama came in person to fight against this silver-white giant. Li Feng did not chase them, but turned his focus to other sand shinobi. He put Susanoo away and headed towards a place with more sand shinobi to kill. Keeping Susanoo on consumes too much pupil power. After using Susanoo just now, the pupil power originally restored by using the dark chakra has been consumed again. It seems that we must find a way to absorb the pupil power early. As long as we evolve into eternal Mangekyo, we don't have to worry about the consumption of pupil power. Li Feng estimates that if you want to evolve into an eternal Mangekyo, you will probably need a pair of Mangekyo Sharingan's pupil power. Li Feng was like a hungry wolf entering a flock of sheep. All the sand shinobi here saw Li Feng's Susanoo and were full of fear of Li Feng. When they saw Li Feng coming to kill them, they all started to run away, and their morale was shattered. The ninjas of Konaha were highly motivated and followed Li Feng in hunting down the sand shinobi. A few hours later, the war came to an end. There is no doubt that sand shinobi was defeated and Konaha was victorious. Chiyo was seriously injured against Hokage Sakumo, but Tsunade failed to gain an advantage in Ebizo's hands. After Chiyo was seriously injured, Ebizo took Chiyo and the surviving sand shinobi and began to escape. But even if Ebizo decided to retreat decisively, many sand shinobi still became prisoners of Konaha. After returning to the camp with the prisoners of sand shinobi, Tsunade's eyes when he looked at Li Feng had changed. She knew before that Li Feng could return to the camp after dying alone, but after all, she did not see Li Feng's battle with her own eyes. Today she saw Li Feng's Susanoo with her own eyes, beating sand shinobi until she was unable to fight back. Only then did she realize that the child who needed her care had grown up. She also had to lament that Li Feng's Mangekyo Sharingan was so powerful. In Tsunade's opinion, the only one who can compete with Susanoo is her grandfather Senju Hashirama's wood style. However, Naoki showed no signs of awakening wood style, and the Senju blood in Li Feng had not yet awakened. This makes Tsunade very worried about the future of the Senju clan. With more and more tribesmen marrying outsiders, the blood of the Senju tribe is diluting. There are fewer and fewer Jonin in the Senju clan, and most of them are old Jonin who followed Senju Hashirama in battle. The number of sacrifices among the genin of the Senju clan is also increasing. Now, Tsunade can only see Naoki and Li Feng as the future of the Senju clan. It's just that his younger brother Naoki doesn't seem to be very up to date. Naoki's ninja talent is not as strong as her sister. Now Tsunade only hopes that Li Feng can awaken Sage Body as soon as possible, and preferably wood style. In this way, Princess Senju is not the only one who supports the Senju clan. Although Li Feng's surname is Uchiha, he also started Mangekyo Sharingan early. But Tsunade believes that as long as she asks, Li Feng will help her. Grandpa's Senju, second Grandpa's Senju, Tsunade's Senju. She wants Senju to be glorious forever, and doesn't want the Senju family to slowly decline in the long river of time. Sir Ebizo, Yi Kang is suspected of collaborating with the enemy, and I request a strict investigation. Back at Sunagakur, Rasa finds Ebizo. Chiyo has been sent to Sand Shinobi Hospital for treatment. He does not have the right to directly talk to Third Kazekage for the time being, so he chooses to find Ebizo. Yi Kang, that little girl who knows Scorch style. Ebizo knows something about Yi Kang. After all, Yi Kang is the only owner of the Scorch style blood succession limit. He felt that Yi Kang was not the kind of person who collaborated with the enemy, but Luo Sha would not talk nonsense either. Uchiha Li Feng of Konaha personally said that Yi Kang had paid attention to him a few days ago in Amaterasu, and Yi Kang did not deny it. Lord Ebizo, we were also at war a few days ago. In fact, Rasa didn't know the ins and outs of the matter. His guess was that Yi Kang was somewhere and passed information to Uchiha Leang when the two sides of Konaha San Shinobi were fighting. Although this is just speculation, if it is true, it is a big thing for Tsunade. After all, Yi Kang is the only owner of the Scorch-style blood succession limit in Tsunade. If Yi Kang really collaborates with the enemy, then there will be a huge hidden danger for Tsunade after Yi Kang grows up. And now Luo Sha's psychological problems have been solved by Li Feng. Knowing that Yi Kang is somewhat related to Li Feng, Luo Sha is full of disgust for Yi Kang. I understand. I will investigate this matter. You can recover from your injuries first. Ebizo nodded and motioned for Luo Sha to leave. He decided to investigate this matter himself and not report it to Third Cage for the time being. If Yekora did not commit any so-called collaboration with the enemy, then reporting it to Third Cage in advance would be a big mistake. So Ebizo sent someone to call Yi Kang to his side alone. Yakura, have you had contact with Konaha's Uchiha Li Feng some time ago? Ebizo asked straight to the point as soon as Yakura came over. Lord Ebizo, do you also think that I am a collaborator? Yi Kang's voice was trembling, and this incident made her feel very aggrieved. She had just gone to find Ji Yuchu, who had previously asked her to take care of Uchiha Li Feng. Ji Yuchu also told Yi Kang that he would personally explain to the superiors. As a result, as soon as Yi Kang returned to his home, Ebizo's people came looking for him. Don't worry, I believe you. Now you only need to answer this question. Have you had any contact with Uchiha Li Feng? Seeing Yi Kang's reaction, Ebizo felt that there was something fishy about this matter, so he quickly comforted him. Yes, Yi Kang admitted this. Then tell me the whole story and how you came into contact with Uchiha Li Feng. That day, Lord Ji Yuchu took us to pick up the supply team. Yakura told Ebizo everything that happened that day in detail. After finishing speaking, he added, Master Ebizo, I really didn't know that this guy was from Konaha at that time, otherwise how could I possibly take care of him? I understand, you go down first, I will help you handle this matter. Ebizo probably figured out the reason for this matter. Thank you, Master Ebizo. Yi Kang's mood improved a little, and then he left here. Come here, go get Ji Yuchu. Before Ebizo could finish his words, someone opened his door. Master Ebizo, Jonin Ji Yuchu wants to see you. Tell him to come in. Originally, Ebizo planned to ask someone to bring Ji Yuchu over to confirm. Since Ji Yuchu found him himself, there is no need to look for him anymore. Lord Ebizo, I have to explain something to you. Is it something about Yi Kang? Ebizo said, picking up the teapot and pouring tea for Ji Yuchu and himself. Yes, Master Ebizo. Ji Yuchu nodded and confirmed, and then expressed his gratitude to Ebizo for the tea. Master Ebizo, this matter is my fault. When I reported to Master Chiyo that day, I just said that a kid from Konaha slipped away under our noses, without going into details about the process. Ji Yuchu said to Yekora. Somewhat guilty, because he didn't explain the matter clearly and made Yi Kang feel wronged. Well, you don't need to tell me what happened next. Yi Kang has already told me. I'm very sorry, Master Ebizo. It was my negligence this time. I didn't expect that a teenage kid could kill dozens of us ninjas alone, which gave this kid a chance to escape. Please punish me. Ji Yuchu he bowed his head towards Ebizo. Indeed, no one would have thought that such a team would be destroyed by a kid before this. Ebizo changed the topic again, but punishment is inevitable, and the content of your punishment will be decided by the Cage-Sama. Yes, Ji Yuchu could only admit defeat. He was too vigilant at the time. At San Shinobi Hospital, Third Cage personally came to visit Chiyo who was hospitalized. Third generation, we lost. Chiyo's eyes were a little dull, and there were more wrinkles on his face, making him look older. The war against Konaha was lost, and his son and daughter-in-law died at the hands of Hokage Sakumo. Chiyo could be said to have lost both his wife and his army. I know, I have already started preparing to sign an armistice agreement with Konaha. Third Cage sighed, he knew that Chiyo had done his best. But Chiyo, I heard that the last battle was for you to avenge your son's personal revenge. Even if I don't take the initiative, won't Konaha attack us? What if we fight again while there is still a little food and grass? It's not like we can't defeat Konaha. Chiyo clenched her fists, and the wounds on her body were faintly visible again. Pain. Say it, Chiyo sighed feebly. Hitachi Sakumo is too strong, even my 10 Chikamatsu people can't do anything against him. I know the strength of the White Fang. Even the 3rd Kazekage is wary of Hitachi Sakumo, and I read the battle report, saying that there is a brat from the Uchiha clan in Konaha who has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. That's right, that brat Susanoo left us completely powerless against him. Genin was killed by that brat at least 100 people. Susanoo, in Chiyo's long memory, she has only seen it used by Uchiha Madara, the former ninja Shira. Although this Uchiha kid Susanoo is much worse than Uchiha Madara's, it still caused Sand Shinobi to complain a lot. This is troublesome. Mangekyo, who only appeared in Uchiha Madara, has awakened again. The 3rd Kazekage already regretted launching a war against Konaha. Konaha village is truly the cradle of genius. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Orochimaru, Uchiha Leang, the list goes on. On the other hand, Sand Shinobi rarely produces talents. Now the new generation is pretty good, probably only Rasa who has awakened the magnet style, and Hayakura who has awakened the scorch style. We can't let this Uchiha kid grow up completely. No, what is this kid's name? I want to put a reward on him. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.